everybody. We are slightly later than when we originally planned, but I think you can excuse us. But welcome to Indy.
The racetrack.
It's got dirt and grass, fall poles.
2 end zones, 2 rows.
A start-finish line.
Like any other ball field.
Like any other gridiron.
Any other oval.
But is that really what you think?
You just don't get it.
I mean, you really just don't get it.
There's only a few of them
Across the world, different from all the rest.
Say the names.
and the spirits come to life.
Legends of the past.
Moments people remember forever.
It's not always just about what you accomplish.
It's really about where you do it.
All the other tracks are just tracks. This is Indy.
Wherever you're from,
You hear the words,
Indy 500.
you know what people are talking about.
everyone who's into sports at all grows up watching the race. It's tradition.
And everyone who's ever wanted to race a car dreams of racing here.
This is the day it becomes alive.
All those ghosts rise up out of those bricks.
And they lift every driver in the race. Believe me,
As an athlete, as a competitor,
You want to succeed.
in the most famous places.
You want to make your mark. You want to become part of history.
And the very best will do whatever they have to get there first.
drink all the milk.
Join all the legends.
Become a champion. Become part of the greatest spectacle in racing.
These walls,
This turf.
This track.
these are the greatest places in sports.
These are places that make sports matter.
These are places where legends are made.
Get the man.
Gentlemen,
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Are you just as chilled as I am? Welcome to the Indianapolis 500. It all begins here. 2 weeks of practice, 2 qualifyings lasting over 5 hours. The 106th running of the Indy 500 is happening right now. Hello, everybody. I'm Joshua Birch. Joining me in the commentary box shortly will be Megan Birch as well. Josh Blaze will be down in the pit lane for us. We're getting ready for back home again in Indiana, the American national anthem and the green flag to be displayed as well. This is the greatest day in motorsport. It is one of the most important days in motorsport as well. 500 miles, 200 laps, and at the end of it, there's a pint of milk for the race winner. But still, everybody loves this place. As a racing driver, everybody wants to win at this race. And literally, it requires nerves of steel. This is going to be one of the greatest 500s we are ever going to see. And it's beautiful conditions as well. Track temperature is at a high once again as well. The humidity's at a high. The sun is beating down as well. We've just come off from the Monaco Grand Prix, where over the past couple of minutes, it really has seemed like we needed to dry out. What better place to continue all the action than right here, right now, for the 106th Indy 500. And it's also the fastest ever front row on the grid. Scott Dixon on pole position, followed by Alex Palou. Rinus VeeKay and Ed Carpenter as well. Carpenter, the local boy, can he finally win at his home circuit after so many years of trying? It all comes down to this, and it all gets decided right here, right now. I'm delighted to say that you can join us as well. And honestly, I am so happy right now. This is going to be fantastic. Now, start time is in around about 10 minutes. We did want to be on air, believe it or not, for an entire hour's build-up. We would have shown you the driver's introduction. We would have shown you all of the musical scholars as well. But as I'm sure you were watching here on YouTube as well, the Monaco Grand Prix went over by over an hour. It ended up being a 3-hour Grand Prix. So we had to cover that. We've gone immediately off air and come straight on air for Indy as well, which I think is actually quite a remarkable feature. Let's go now to Dylan Welch.
His 4-time Indianapolis 500 winner. On the line this year, an unprecedented 5th 500 victory. He said to me last week, the last thing that takes the win away is if I'm not confident in the car. Good news, he's confident again this year, and he should be. It's the same exact car he drove into victory lane here last year. He's got work to do starting 27th, but you can never count out Spider-Man at Indy. Kevin Lee.
Dylan, these pace laps in just a few moments will be the first time that Colton Herta and this car have been on track after a frightening crash in the final practice on Friday afternoon. The car destroyed, a new backup build, and this, by the way, is the same car that won the GP 2 weeks ago, but a backup is never the same. He still says we can win this race to Dave Burns.
Kevin Townsend's picked Joseph Newgarden hasn't won this race in 10 tries, and until Friday, his pit crew had never won the Pit Crew Challenge, but they dominated on Friday afternoon. Perhaps that's a good open. 6 others have won this competition on the pre-race and then won the 500, Marty.
Hey, Dave, I asked Scott Dixon one word to describe the Indianapolis 500. He said frustrating. That really stems from the fact that Dixon has had the best car really in the last 2 Indy 500s and 0 wins to show for it. In fact, it's been 14 years since the 6-time champ won. Diff, he told me, we have unfinished business in the 500.
He is looking good for sure. Remember I told you about familiarity and tradition? It is time now for a time-honored tradition. It's time for a song that lets us all know exactly where we are.
Yep.
Ladies and
it's
gentlemen,
time for Back Home again in Indiana.
Accompanied by the Purdue All-American Marching Band. It's good to be back home again in Indiana.
Seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new moon sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to when I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana.
Jim Collinson sings Back Home Again in Indiana for the 6th straight year as well. And the fly past continues as well. The Purdue Marching Band has played at the track since 1919, but Back Home Again in Indiana was not played prior to the race until 1946 at the end of the Second World War. You know what that means, folks? We're getting close to the green lights going on and the parade lap beginning before the 106th running of the Indy 500. We are in for an absolute barn stormer. Let's go down to Roger Penske.
Motor Speedway, Mr. Roger Penske.
Welcome, race fans. 300,000 fans here today, and millions around the world are helping us put on the greatest single spectator sport in the world, the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. It's Memorial Weekend. We want to thank the men and women in our military and our first responders who make our country safe and secure so we can have the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. Be safe, have fun, and now for the command. Drivers, start your engines.
Is there any other better sound in the world than 33 Indy cars firing up to get ready for the Indy 500? Scott Dixon will lead them away as well. We are around about 5 minutes away until the start of this race as well. Do not leave the room, do not pass go, and do not collect £200. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. The tension is rising, the anticipation is riding, but still, it's 200 laps long. It's 500 miles. One wrong mistake, you're in the wall, and it could be a big one. We literally can't wait Now, I don't know if Josh Blaze is back in the comms box yet and he can hear me, because I can't see him, because we've got the pit lane channel up at the moment, but we'll see and hear him shortly as well. Scott Dixon then is about to move away. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the 500, my friend. This is going to be a great race day. You're in the pit lane and we can hear you as well. Can't see you at the moment. The cars are just about to leave pit lane for the formation laps. What are you looking forward to in this 500?
No idea. I have no idea what I've signed up for. First time doing Indy 500, and I have just had to cycle as hard as I could down to the end of our walk and then to the checkout to realise my own stupidity, and because I thought my meal deal offer didn't go through, but it didn't go through because it was less than the amount that the meal deal is, which is very rare. So my own stupidity delayed me, but I'm here. Don't worry, everyone calm down, I'm here.
Well, great to hear you as well, and especially considering you've just come from the Monaco Grand Prix, to make the effort to stay with us is greatly appreciated. The cars are just leaving now on 3 wide already down the back straightaway, as I'm sure you can see up here in the race control. The headset goes back on. It was nice not having it on for a while, but there it goes with the devil as they go round 500 miles as well, over 200 racing laps. This is going to be brilliant. Here's the starting grid then. Row 1 for this 500. It's Scott Dixon on pole position. He'll be on the outside, followed then by Alexander Palou and Rinus VeeKay. Row 2, that will take us with Ed Carpenter, Marcus Ericsson and Tony Kanaan. Row 3 takes us Pato O'Ward, Felix Rosenquist and Romain Grosjean. Row 4 takes us Takuma Sato, Will Power and Jimmy Johnson. Row 5, we'll see David McCulcus, Joseph Newgarden and Santino Ferrucci. Row 6, Simon Pagenaud, J.R. Hildebrand and Connor Daly. Row 7 takes us Callum Ilott, Alexander Rossi and Graham Rahal. Row 8 sees Sage Cowan, Marco Andretti and Devlin Di Francesco. Row 9, Colton Herta, Scott McLaughlin and Helio Castroneves. Row 10, Carl Kirkwood, Dalton Kellett and Juan Pablo Montoya. Row 11, Christian Lundgaard, Jack Harvey and Stefan Wilson at the back. This is going to be a classic. Megan Birch has joined me in the commentary box as well. Megan, the anticipation is running wild right now.
It really is. I think that this Indy 500 will definitely be a quick one, since it has been reported that it is the quickest grid in a long time or ever.
Really quick grid, really quick everything as well. Josh, have you got to pick a winner yet?
I've gone for Johnson.
Good call. My personal picker winner is Marcus Ericsson. I think he was looking quite strong. And of course, for Marcus Ericsson, 4th IndyCar start. His best finish was 11th last season as well. He was 3rd at Texas this season as well. And of course, he was an F1 driver for 5 years as well. And I must say thank you to Matthew Owens of USRN for giving me his notes page for this 500-mile race. It is going to be brilliant. But 200 laps, 500 miles. Fuel window, Josh, you might like to note this down. Fuel window, 28 to 34 laps. Alexander Rossi went 36 en route to victory in 2016 as well. So we're going to be on the whole call of it throughout the 500. We've got the YouTube chat open as well. We've got the 500. We've got the driver tracker. Got everything we need. But so far, it is not green again. But they're on the track, Megs. The nerves start to build because it could be next time around.
I'm going to, for my pick, I'm going to go with something that isn't really likely, though it's still likely. I kind of want Felix Rosenquist to win.
Good call for Felix Rosenquist as well. Where's he starting that McLaren as well? Way down the order. We'll get the milk up towards the end of the race as well. The Little Owl says, I'm going to go for Grosjean, Dixon or Palou. And I think we all know who Synthel's going to go for. Definitely VeeKay. That's going to be the question as well. And also, we'll have Josh on during the broadcast as well. We won't just banish him. We'll have him on at some point, like if there's a red flag or safety car, we'll get him on the screen. But at the moment, the system only works like this if we can hear him. But I don't think he'll mind, because he means he can sit down in the box. Let's head down pit road to the Brickyard.
This 3-foot section is all the and it runs right through the infield, through the pagoda, and we're going to find out today who is our winner. Who's going to be kissing these bricks, guys?
Yeah, that's the question, is it, Megan? Kissing the bricks is always the tradition here.
they actually have to kiss the
Yeah,
bricks.
you win the race, you get down on your hands and knees, and you kiss the bricks.
I don't think I'd want to do that. Just like, oh yeah, I get to kiss the bricks. You have loads of ants on and people's shoes.
I'll tell you something you might not understand here. I'll do it. I'd kiss it.
I'd clean it before I did.
Next time by is the green flag for the Indy 500 as well. Not you want this one?
Yeah, it's more comfortable than that.
Well, move the other one out of the way then, as we try and get organised to put it in the comments box as well for the Indy 500. But luck be a lady. We just had it in Monaco. Here we go, though, Megs. They're going 3 wide. 500 miles. The tensions are in the air. Who is going to win this fantastic, great American race? Command to start the fire engines as well. Originated here at the Brickyard. And now we are going for it. Will Helio, Cash and Evans in some way, shape or form do the 5 for the first time? Will Scott Dixon become a 3-time winner? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stand up. Get ready. Let the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It's the Great American Race. 500 miles, 200 laps, 33 drivers. They are speed. They are passion. It's green flag. And away we go for the 106th running of the Indy 500. Dixon has a commanding lead. Marcus Ericsson looks to the outside. VeeKay's going for third at turn 1. The two McLarens of O'Ward and Rosenquist are side by side as they blast out of 1. Into turn 2 we go as well. Everyone okay so far? No one looks like they're going to have any contact. Romain Grosjean was running wide and now going down low. Alex Palou had the inside line and Alex Palou takes the lead in the 500 as they all blast into turn 3 for the first time.
That was certainly an interesting start and good from Alex Palou there. That was skillfully done and it's
past the flowers.
Those flowers are going to get destroyed by the end of this.
And Dixon's under pressure from VeeKay as he comes around the outside at turn number 1, and Dixon gets demoted to third. VeeKay up into second position, so the front race again changes on complexion. 1 down, and more this race to go with, 200 laps?
The second person I want to win is VeeKay.
Oh, brave call, Megs, as well, going
and
for
then
VeeKay.
Ericsson.
This is getting tense already. The atmosphere is beyond a doubt. Going to be exciting here as they come through. Action further back as well. That's Jimmy Johnson dropping down. Johnson starting the top 10. He's got a problem, I think, Megs. Can't see. Where's Herta? Has Herta made an improvement as well?
Herta...
Well, 26th and now jumps up to 25th. He's made 1 more position as the McLarens. Will Power gets passed by Pato O'Ward. He takes the inside line towards turn 1.
Right, so going round one of the turns now, and everyone seems to. Oh, I think there's a move about to be made by VeeKay on Dixon. No, not Dixon, Palou.
Vixen going for the lead. Can he do it, Vixen? Dixon trying to. It's VeeKay trying to go for the move, Megs. I don't think he can make it though. Not on this part of the track.
But speaking of Dixon, he's catching up.
Yeah, he is. He's catching up. And again, the tyre pressure seems so strong here at the moment as well. It's like trying to find a blizzard as well in it all as they try and close through. Just looking at the other monitor. We've got a
move being made.
Up the inside as well, around the outside. That, I think, if I'm correct, that's Sato defending from Santino Ferrucci.
It's 5 down, so that's Ed Carpenter and Tony Kanaan battling it out for 5th, though Ed Carpenter seems to be holding off pretty well at this point. Though further down at the back of the field, if we could see it.
Yeah, because we're not seeing it, are we?
Yeah, we can see a lot of battles going on, a lot of going 2 by 2. Though that's not going to be very good when going around the corners since it got 2 by 2 on 2 different rows.
Yeah, remember what happened a couple of years back as well? More contact, more drama is what they need. Well, we haven't got a lap counter at the moment, so we've got one from the app which shows 4 of 20 complete. This is lap 5 coming on. Dixon's dropped down into 3rd position, and actually Dixon's passed into 2nd place. He's got past VeeKay, so Dixon makes the move back up, and it's a great move for Scott Dixon as well.
Okay, we're 4 minutes in and we're 5 laps in.
Yeah,
that is quick.
It's quick here at the Brickyard. Josh, what do you make of the start?
That was quite a good start. Just a shame that my dad had to block the view of the start.
You might want to turn your mic down a little bit. You're peaking a little bit. Kevin Lee's in the pits.
He can get to the front, and really he just said, I want to be up to about 5th by about lap 150. 150, so he's on pace. We told you the story in pre-race. His brother, Damien Power, he sees him for the first time 3.5 years from Australia. He's been to one Indy 500. It was the one that Will Power won.
Go.
Rosenquist passes Power for reclaiming 8th position. Got to take into account that Power was quite quick during the practice and qualies, so not so quick. He was more of a 12 to 10 type area. So you got to just take into account that Rosenquist has been way more quick than most of his team all this weekend. The only one that managed to out-qualify him was his teammate Pato O'Ward's. Though Palou still leads ahead of Scott Dixon now, followed by VeeKay.
Yeah, but for how long for as well? As we know, the fuel window, as we've got in our notes here as well, about 28 to 34 laps you can do on a tank, and they've already done 7 at full chat. No caution either to lift it off as well. So this is going to be bang out racing flat out as they're all setting personal bests again. Palou, though, Alex Palou has led over 7 laps, but for how long? Dixon goes to the high line and takes the lead into turn 1. Scott Dixon from New Zealand makes the move and makes it count, Megan.
Yeah, his teammate certainly was not expecting that to come from him, though. Oh, Ed Carpenter Racing. They are going on fire right now. It's just going to be a battle between Chip Ganassi and Ed Carpenter, isn't it?
Looks that way. It's lap 7 of 200, so there's an awful long way to go in this race. Still, Dixon's rear tyres looking a little bit loose as it comes through turn number 3, though. So tension's definitely rising, definitely going to be felt across the board as well. They need to make sure it's okay. They need to make sure it's safe as we go already, as Dixon's getting caught by VeeKay. Dixon's getting caught by Palou.
Less than a 10th gap. Oh, now it's gone up to 2/10 of a gap between the two teammates of Dixon and Palou. Though right behind Palou, there is VeeKay with a 7/10 gap between him and Dixon. So 5/10 gap between the pair of them, which is going down more and more.
Fastest driver out there at the moment. That blows to VeeKay, 219 miles an hour on average. Out of the last corner across the line. That's just insane to think as well.
He's only getting quicker as well.
No caution yet, so the opening 10 laps of this Brickyard has run caution-free, which is nice to see. But look at this from Palou. He's got a great exit, goes to the high line, swings around the outside, and gets ahead of Dixon. So already, Palou takes the lead. Dixon drops back. This 500-mile race already getting more and more exciting.
It is, especially since all the field is around about was about a second away from each other in respective to each person. Though, it's getting very close between Palou and Dixon right now. There's less than 100th.
And it's getting close between VeeKay there as well. VeeKay's going for the chance as well to take it. So, a drama all that's way through this race so far as we're on to lap 10 of this race. Battling down once again. This is, again, some fantastic action. VeeKay's right behind, up there behind Dixon. And look who's in 4th. My pick a winner, Marcus Ericsson, moves up into 4th place as well and is looking mighty. Don't underestimate Marcus Ericsson out there right now in the Chip Ganassi Racing.
The fastest car on track right now is Pato O'Ward. Looking very good for Aaron McLaren.
Yeah, making a better situation compared to their qualifying results as well. Starting in 7th and 8th, they didn't get through to the fast 6, which really annoyed them all. But it's been a fantastic battle as well. Thanks to the Lao say it's Palou. How you pronounce it, not Palau. But it's difficult for the Anglo-Saxons to get it through. That we just sort of change it around. So we do try our best, but sometimes we flip between the two. But either way,
technically we're Norman.
Yeah, Alex Palou has taken the lead of this race, and Dixon's down to 2nd place.
What is it?
It's it's Palou.
Palou.
Yeah, but we know that, but it's so hard to say it when you're shouting as well. As they come through.
Something going
bag flag, bag flag. Just like to point out, for those of you who joined us for Carb Day as well, you saw that Colton Herzer had a massive accident, went over as well up the inside out. He's out there in the spare car, so he's not in his race car.
I was sat there for an hour waiting.
Yeah, and then it all happened when we left.
And then you didn't even need me.
Yeah, he didn't need it in the end. Look at this. Dixon's in the slipstream of Palou. Round the outside. Dixon takes the lead again. Yeah, it's a slipstream. It's a slipstream effect. One takes over the other constantly. It's never the same situation twice.
It's going to be the same the entirety of this race, I think, if they keep to that standard.
We've been going now for 10 minutes, 8 minutes and 43 seconds since the green. 1 lap 13 already of 200. And this race getting more and more dramatic as it goes on, Megs.
I really, really hope that there isn't that many cautions because, one, it gets it done quicker and hopefully quickest in the entirety of the history of IndyCar. So it's it struggles a lot to get done before the 2-hour mark.
There's no 2-hour mark in IndyCar.
Yeah,
not for the 500.
2 hours.
Oh, 2-hour mark to get them all done. Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. In IndyCar,
I know
of course,
there's not
a limit on this race. Yeah.
It's just it's rare that it doesn't go over 2 hours.
Oh, it's always over. Yeah, I see your point now. We've just come from Monaco as well, which was a 3-hour race. And straight, from one 3-hour to the other 3-hour. And it's not even Le Mans. It's all going for there as well.
So I kind of hope this somehow manages to go to 2 hours.
Yeah, I get your point. It might go to 2 hours. Probably will go to 2 hours as well. But this, again, attacking. And Dixon's got a gap. But look at this. It's Chimp Ganassi. 1, 2, 3. 6 at the moment as well. So they're right up there. All their cars right up there. It's only Jimmy Johnson who's dropped down to 16th place after qualifying inside the top 10. It's not looking too great out there as well. And speaking of Jimmy Johnson as well, if I look at my notes as well, he's a 7-time NASCAR champion. He's had 83 NASCAR Cup wins. He's had 17 IndyCar starts as well, 4 times as he led the lap, and he was 6th at the Texas Oval just a couple of weeks ago. So he has got the ability to do it. This is on board now as well. I believe with Alexander Rossi at the start of the race. I think this is him going side by side with Rahal. Yeah, down the back straight towards turn 3, I believe.
That was close between Rossi and another driver. I couldn't see exactly who it was.
And there goes, that's Scott McLaughlin, the championship leader, going right around the outside. And that was with Rahal, I believe, down at turn 1 as well. So, lap 15 and 16, as I said, the fuel window can only go to around about 28 to 34 laps as well. So that's the thing we need to keep an eye on. And I tell you what, Josh, as well, so far, 16 laps caution-free. It's getting quite an entertaining race at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and guess what? I'm going to say it. Yeah, indeed it is.
Yeah, it really is quiet. This is unusual. This is scary. No, it's when it's quiet in Indy, it's scary. There's always something that needs to be done.
You know what you have just done.
I do, but as Devlin DiFrancesco goes to block Scott McLaughlin, something always happens at Indy. It's not usually a train like this. Someone's always overtaking. So for it to be this quiet is strange.
It is very,
it's not
very
right.
unusual. I've only commentated on it for like a year.
3. Oh,
they're like full on.
Full on for a year. McLaughlin goes round the outside and takes Devlin DiFrancesco into towards turn number 1.
It's like full on commentary for a year and on and off for 3 years. So I think I started properly at the last Indy 500. So
keeps on,
unnerving. Very, very unnerving when it's this
quiet.
Yeah, quiet and just
Got to keep an eye on all this actually, and make sure it's not going to be a problem later on in the race. And look at the two McLaren. Everyone's just playing the waiting game. They're all waiting for the first pit stop, aren't they?
They are. They're waiting to see where everything goes, and then there's going to be at least a caution. If there isn't a caution in this, then I will down 2 of these.
Yeah, milk is of course traditional here, but you've gone with chocolate milk. But we've got a normal milk coming up. You're going to be just full of milk at the end of all today, aren't you?
Aren't I always?
Good point.
I've already had 3 glasses of this.
Yeah, stay around to the end of the broadcast when me and Megan will try and drink a pint of milk.
I am
as
not
quickly
very
as
good
possible.
at holding my breath after being
And then I'll just be on the side, just drinking milk normally.
Yeah, of course we can't. We have to take our headsets off.
Since I was ill, I'm not very good at holding my breath.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So like. You'll probably win because of that. But if it was normal...
hang on, sorry. The NTT data card just touched the wall there, the exit. So a little bit of body rubbing for Alex Palou coming out of turn 1. But he's the leader from Dixon.
If it was normal, I'd beat anyone because
it is normal milk.
Yeah, so
normal.
My
I get what you mean.
system.
Yeah, I get what you mean now as well. So Marty Snyder's down the pits.
The coffee shop over there. So everything going very well for Alex Palou so far. He's led 12 of the 18 laps, but is there a potential problem on the 10 car? Listen in.
Alex, our telemetry is kind of in and out, so whenever you see the blue light, you got to let us know.
And that blue light would be the fuel light, so they're going to have to keep an eye on that. They are hoping to get the telemetry situation resolved, though, on the 10 camp, Dylan.
And Marty, for Scott McLaughlin, off to a good start, which was his game plan coming from 26. Knew that he had to make things happen to make up spots in this first stint, and that was his instruction from his spotter, or his strategist, rather, Kyle Moyer. He said, go, go, go at the start. We got to run hard, especially in this first stint. Scott came on the radio a bit ago. He is really, really happy with that race car, Kevin.
Remember, Colton Herta has a brand new race car. This is like a shakedown at the Indy 500 as we ride the gain bridge on board. Let's listen in for an update on how it's going.
This thing is so sketchy to drive. Not fun at all. Hey, copy that. Use your tools right now.
And then Brian Herta said, just hang on. We'll make some changes to make it better at the first stop. Dave.
Keeping an eye on fourth place, Marcus Ericsson in his fourth Indy 500. The 31-year-old Swede wanted to improve his game even more for ovals this year. In fact, he had a third at Texas. That was a huge boost for him. But he watched hours and hours and hours of onboard footage from his second place running teammate, Scott Dixon, who has been so successful here. And I asked him about it this week. He said, yeah, the team might chuckle just a little bit, but I do want to know how to do it better, where he places his car, what kind of moves he makes to win.
And Dixon goes right on the outside and takes the lead of the race again from Palou down turn 1.
Sato is moving up the field. He's just passed Will Power and Joseph Newgarden. He is really not leaving any prisoners.
And that's Power going slow. Power getting passed by David Mokolkas as well for 13th place.
Concerning. And Roman Grosjean should really keep up the pace because he has got second behind on Sato.
A bit of a talkback feedback there anyway, so I'm glad we've got a mic muted down on that as they swing back through as well. The tension is rising now, isn't it? Josh, can you hear us singular, or is it going twice your speed?
You're fine.
Oh, okay. It must just be the iPad then, because we can't throw up the fader.
I think I stepped on a lead.
Right, we can't throw up the fader to listen to any team radio, so we're going to have to really listen out for it as well. But anyway, as we're on as well for this race, it looks absolutely fantastic. 22 laps complete. This is lap 23. We're on now. 200 to run. And as well, they're all just running to the fuel margins. They're all just doing that as well.
I think that Will Power should pit soon because Mokolkas just passed him. And not far behind him is Alexander Rossi and Jimmy Johnson. He should really, really just pit. I think maybe he has an engine or oil issue. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll keep an eye if he's dropping back as well. If he does have a problem, we'll see it on the timing screens as well. Let's hope it's not an oil, because if it is oil, it'll leak onto the track and have to red flag it.
Let's hope not.
As well, because you can't have cars running out there.
Or tyres. Maybe he needs to change tyres.
He's on the primaries, so no one's going to risk the alternate at the moment. They've all started primary tyres. Now, you can have alternate here at the Indy 500. You can have the red wall tyres if you need them, but mainly they like running on the black primaries.
Look how close they are.
Yeah, it's, what is it, in the gap between them, 0.04, it's like 0.448 separating them at the moment as well. David Mokolkas has improved up to 13th place, so he's passed Will Power once again, as we got told, and that was on lap 22. We're now on lap 24 of this, it's now 25. They go by in a flash, and Dixon has hit traffic, I think, because if you look at the driver tracker, that green solid dot is where Dixon is on the track. He's the number 9 car, and he's got through the traffic now, so no blue flags. You've got to make the moves on your own.
I think the reason why he has hit traffic is because it is very, very close and slow for Jack Harvey and Colton Herta for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why they're being so slow.
Well, let's look further down on the timing screen. So we'll move it from positions 1 to positions 6, position 8 all the way down to 33. So we've got Kellett, it's down here, Kellett, Lundgaard, Wilson, Kirkwood and Montoya, all further down. Yeah, they are now lapped down.
Which is weird. It's hard to do.
Yeah, it really
is. So Dixon still leads, followed by Palou, and then VeeKay, followed by Ericsson, then Carpenter, then Canard, then O'Ward, then Rosenquist, and then Ferrucci, then Grosjean. That's a top 10. Sato isn't far behind on Grosjean. Let's see how far away he is. He is a second. He is 1 second and 6 tenths behind him, getting that gap just a little bit quicker between Grosjean and Sato, though that won't last long.
Yeah, of course, one thing that's confusing here as well is because of this race as well, the speeds are taken instead of times in the sectors. It's your best speeds in the corners, so it confuses the screens, but we can see the gap in the intel as well on the screen as they come through into turn 3 we go. Dixon leads the way, Palou in second, VeeKay following back in third, and we're all just now playing for time, basically.
They are playing time, especially those in the mid-sector. They're all very much trying to get ahead of each other, especially Pagenaud and Jimmy Johnson. And they are in a constant battle at the moment.
Look at Palou. Palou? Or Palau? Oh,
Palou. Let's just say how we think it is.
Alex Palau. Palau.
Palou?
Yeah.
Palou. We hear it all the time, the Indy car commentators saying Palou.
Yeah, we do. It could be Australian. But anyway, Palou's right in the back of Dixon as they come down. I think we've got
Probably
some...
is Australian.
Yeah, no idea. But we know where Dixon's stopping because handily there's a pick guide to where they all are for the 500 this year. And instead of just giving his numbers, they've actually told us where they are. So it's easier for us to know. Karam has the first pit stop garage in 35th. Number 1 is the Dixon as the top, yeah.
Oh, he's got the Schumacher treatment.
Well, of course, the pit stops get ordered in where you started the race. So Dixon got the top one from Palou VeeKay Carpenter Awards. So that was the grid as well on the front there as well. So that's the starting order. As they come back, we're still on board with the number 10 NTT Daily car of Alexander Palou.
Hildebrand pits, it looks like.
Now that's 29 laps. That's banging the fuel window of 28 to 34 laps.
I thought they'd pit around 30 laps.
Yeah, so I'm sure Josh is now calculating when the next fuel window will be from 28 laps onwards.
But do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Once one goes, they all go.
Yeah,
they're going to start going more and more.
Yeah, and Josh, I'm sure you know as well, green flag pit stops on an oval, it's not a great idea. Remember Texas, race 2 of the season? They lose a lot of time and they lose a lap.
Yeah, just thinking about it, if it's 28 to 34, then it will be 56 as someone comes into the pit lane on my screen.
Nothing on ours at the moment on Sky Action.
The latest I would suggest going in is 60, but yeah, 56 sounds
it was
about
blitz,
right.
I think.
Oh yeah, you're right, it's Daly. Daly's into the pit lane.
See, once one goes in, they all go in. Though I don't get why they keep disappearing.
Yeah, that.
Dixon. Dixon's heading it in.
And he is. Look, there he goes. Scott Dixon dives in. So the race leader pits, and that is Connor Daly in the pit lane. So it wasn't an error. Pit stops galore now. Let's go down pit road.
And he has a pit stop there. First one of the day, Marty.
And Dave, this is a lap that Chip Ganassi Racing wanted to get to. Lap 31 for Scott Dixon. Originally, they were going to leave him out a little bit longer. Very happy with the handling of the car. He did ask for a very slight adjustment on the handling, and we're going to dive a little more into that telemetry issue for his teammate Alex Palou as well, Hitch. I think they're a little concerned here on the timing stand as well. Fresh Firestone tires for Scott Dixon again, getting inside that fuel they wanted here on lap 31.
And Palou's coming in too. Alexander Palou's coming in.
Seconds there for that front wing.
Yeah, and Palou's coming in as well, so we will go back to that screen in just a second. Alexander Palou's coming in from the lead of the race. So this is going to be a big deal. Who's coming with him? Yeah, that's after 32 laps. Who's coming with him? Ferrucci's in there. Yeah, Kellett's coming in. Back down to the pits.
No issues. Clean stop here. Below, unlike his teammate Scott Dixon, very happy with the handling of the car. He led the majority of those laps. In fact, 16 to this point.
Oh, we've got a massive amount of people coming in now. We've got Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Kirkwood, and Dalton Kellett, which I've already said, Dalton Kellett, are all heading into the pit lane apparently, though it keeps going off.
For Johnson, we saw him lose those spots off the initial run. Jimmy told me this week, listen, halfway, that's where I want to get to in the race. At that moment, I think I'll take another step forward in my progression. That's what I'm looking forward to. Johnson with a solid run inside the top 10 so far.
Yeah, and here is Jimmy Johnson's pit stop now as well, looking super strong, and that's Palou coming out crucially. Megan ahead of Dixon, so Palou's overcut strategy works rather than Dixon, but Dixon's up to speed, pulls to the inside line, and Dixon takes the net lead of the Indy 500.
Di Francesco also pits.
Yeah, moving through as well. VeeKay, Grosjean, Di Francesco, as you say. So VeeKay changing the front wing as well for the Dutch driver. Away he goes. Looks good. Grosjean looking good too.
Does look good, and Wilson now enters the pit lane along with another person I'd see.
Ericsson, Carpenter, and Kanan come in. So they're all coming in, and there's VeeKay. Does VeeKay go out ahead? Can he split these two? Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he will.
VeeKay might return third place. He's going to come out side by side, I think, yeah.
Oh, he was just
too
out
short.
of it.
And now, of course, we've got tyres up to temperature for Alexander Palou, so he's going to be right at the back of Scott Dixon.
Newgarden, McCulcus, Rossi, Power, Andretti, and Ryle and Harvey all enter the pit lane.
And there's Ericsson as well with a super stop, spinning up the wheels, trying to get temperature into the rears as well. And he's come out just ahead, actually, there, I think, of Wilson and Andretti as Palou goes to the outside line and takes the lead in the 500 away from Dixon. But officially, leading the race, it's O'Ward. But that's only because we're into the pit stop phase, so everyone's changing over tyres as well. Josh, what do you think of the pit stops? They're different to F1, aren't they?
They are very different. Just having a look, I have now got a screen which tell me any driver, and I can tell how many laps they have since they have pitted and what strategy they are on.
I want that.
Oh, hold on. Pagano, McLaughlin, Callum Ilott, Lundgaard, pits.
So O'Ward takes the lead with Rosenquist second, and of course the net lead of the race. Oh no, never mind. Palou pits, so does Rosenquist. So now it goes to the lead changes, I think, hands to again Palou with Dixon and VeeKay. They're going to be the top three in this race for a long, long time. VeeKay's looking strong. Out of turn 2, got the better exit. Dixon had to go low down the back straight away. He'll have to go high. Will VeeKay into turn 3? He does so, and VeeKay goes to second place overall in the race.
O'Ward, Rosenquist enter the pit lane, and it's
all action now, isn't it? I like how they've named Sky Sports Action. Like this is my catchphrase as well. But also, just to point out, Sky Sports F1 viewers, welcome to the broadcast if you're joining us from there as well, and here on YouTube and USRN. As we take a look at the pit stop time difference, Dixon was actually faster on pit in, but on pit out, it was Palou who got 9/10 of the gap.
Colton Herta also enters the pit lane as Ed Carpenter gets the fastest run so far on this lap. It is lap 36 of 200 for the Indy 500. And Scott Dixon is making his way back up the grid from pitting.
I always thought we should count miles rather than laps here at the Brickyard because it's a 500-mile race.
Castronovas and Pablo Montoya also pit.
Yeah, and let's go down to the pit road.
The track position they wanted, Elio down and away.
So Castronovas, the winner last year as well, who had a big advantage, 4-time winner. Can he become a 5? He's got AJ Foyt, Alonso, Rick Mears, and then of course Helio Castronovas comes alongside now as we're seeing a move from the back as we see Scott McLaughlin pull it to the outside of Jimmy Johnson in towards turn 1 and making the move. So that is Johnson, I think now down to 20. Oh, actually he moved up, hasn't he? Because Montoya came in the pit, so it's changed over the complexion once again in this race. Strategy.
Johnson is in 21st.
And look at Pato O'Ward, fastest lap of the race so far, 224.784 mile an hour, and that is on an outlap of new tyres. So he's looking mega quick out there as well as they swing back down the back car for the straightaway. Battle for first, Palou and VeeKay. So yeah, that is the running order. Correct on your screen.
Right, so Pato O'Ward now gets the fastest lap, and
I'm worried about this.
A little bit.
I am worried because you don't like to say it, but it has been a quiet race. It's not an interesting pit stop, but it's been very consistent from everyone. And how good it is as well to see full grandstands as well here as Jimmy Johnson. That's now Johnson. Who's that? McLaren go around the outside of turn 1. Did he make the move? No. Sato, I think, was coming under pressure there. Josh can't see quite who yet.
Caution.
Will Power. Yellow's flags. We got a big one. It's VeeKay. VeeKay's hit the wall. Coming out of turn 2. Rinus VeeKay is out of the Indy 500. And one of the guys who was up there waiting to go for what would be his opportunity. It's Rinus VeeKay who hits the wall.
There is the truck to come and pick him up. Though I'll leave for 1 second. And then I just hear you say, caution.
I did deliberately.
And then VeeKay is out. Whoever picked VeeKay is definitely... I was going to pick him, for being the one to win. But no.
Wow, safety team now on. The wheels off. Is VeeKay okay now? He didn't flip over, which is great news. Looks like he spun it out at turn 2 and it hit the wall at the back.
You kept saying quiet too much.
Yeah, it's my fault. So NBC won ad break when it came out, Josh, as well. That's even worse as the caution's out on lap 39. So
and that is why US do not have so many adverts than they should.
Okay, let's take a look. So he was already loose coming out of turn 2, and he tried to straighten it up, but he lost the rear, and it whacks into the safety barrier. Big fireball from the fuel tank as well, as it'll scrape down the track. And the first caution of the 500 is out, and that was a frightening accident as well, and it would have hurt as well, definitely. As they come through, big whack into the wall. It was the fact that it hit the fireball as well, Josh. That's the problem. And he's walking away, which is great news. So for VeeKay, he's third Indy's 500 start. Best finish of 8th last year. He won the Indy Grand Prix last season. Would be the youngest winner by 186 days if he took it, but no longer. The orange party's over. Marty Schneider.
Snapped on me, and you could hear it in his voice. You knew how good of a car they had. He said, I am so sorry, guys. And, you know, Hinch, it's going to be an issue today maybe with the temperatures coming up, and you can feel it here on pit road. I know the track temperatures are creeping up as this race goes along.
Temperatures are coming up, winds coming up.
Yeah, so caution's out, and this was it again. A snap of oversteer, the exit at turn 2, the rear right whacking into the wall. Does the rear right, does the front right as well. Big fireball from the fuel tank. And swings down on the pits. 32 left then here at the 500 in the Brickyard, and we're under caution as well as the cars circulate as well. Pits are closed, but everyone was now wishing, Josh, that happened a few laps earlier and they could have got a green flag pit stop. It's like a yellow flag pit stop rather than having to do a green flag pit stop. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello,
Hi.
Pits are open, we're being told, but no one's going to come in because everyone did a green flag pit stop rather than this caution one.
Yeah, just I was just looking at all of these strategies.
No worries.
Palou, Dixon, both on 10 laps. If I open this up, they've been on that since lap 33. Best lap a 40.264, average lap 50.927, but that is going to come down because of the caution.
Yeah, and that's going to delay everything around as well as we come through here for the Indy 500. And at least not going to throw a red flag, which is what we've had 2 of today in Formula 1. As they come through, oh, and Synthel's just realised he's put no bleep out of everybody. Yeah, I think I share your emphasis there. And that he was one of the top
Stefan
3.
Wilson's in the pit, Joss.
So Wilson pits. We haven't got a camera on him. And there's a Pedalo Swan who's going. That's a Swan going backwards as well across the lake.
Power pits.
So, yeah, Wilson pits, power pits. So this is the people who have, I think, yet to stop in the... No, they've all stopped in the race, so it's another stop. But Power was having problems out there anyway. And there's the snake pit, where it's party time all the way round the 500. I don't even think they know the race is on. They buy tickets, I think, for the party, not the motor race. They never know that there's a race going on down there in the snake pit. It's just party time all the year. There's some 100,000 just in the snake pit, I think, around there over the course of the 2 weeks. So fantastic to see. But it's nice that we've got an entire packed-out grandstand. Welcome back, those on NBC watching us here, as well with our commentary over in America. We're under a caution on the 41st lap of this event after a contact into the wall as well. Let's head down
with 300,000 people
to
here,
NBC.
the snake pit had 30. I just needed a little time to myself to enjoy this racing, and I'm in a swan boat. I'm having the time of my life, but the wind is strong out here, Tarico, and it doesn't seem to matter which way I steer. I just sort of bob around, but hey, I got room if one of you guys wants to join me, buddy.
All right, note on the scanner, Rutledge complaining about too much understeer. out there in the Swan
Let's go to the pit wall.
Right up here in the Peacock pit box. Scott Dixon's pit right behind us, rest of pit road. Down behind Dale Jr. You're over there closest. You're feeling the wind. That's part of the story here thus far.
Yeah, I think it's going to be part of the story and get more, get stronger as the day goes. It started out about 10-mile-an-hour winds, and it's going to get up to around 13, 14 mile an hour. But the gusts are the problem. The gusts to be over 60 miles an hour by the end of this race. It's head on into the driver's face going down the front straightaway, going to make the car loose into 1, and then it's going to be behind you, pushing you down the back straightaway, going to have some big speed into 3, but no air on the nose, and the car's going to be real tight. So it's going to be interesting how the drivers will have to adjust the car, Danica, as they're running the lap to accumulate that win.
Well, one of the things that we have in Indy cars is a lot of pit adjustments. So these drivers are not a stranger to having to make a lot of adjustments a lot of the time out there. They might be changing their weight jacker and all kinds of different things between end and end, and they do that in qualifying and all the time. So they're pretty conditioned and ready for that, but it's still, if things get busy out there in traffic, I mean, you forget to make an adjustment and all of a sudden it's, one of the ends doesn't grip and you've got a problem.
Always part of the story what happens on pit road. Got through those first pit stops without a problem. But 1/5 of the race gone by, and we've lost somebody from row 1. Rinus VeeKay out of the race.
Yeah, VeeKay's out. As you're back with us here on the YouTube channels, we hear from Dale Earnhardt Jr. as well, Danica Patrick and Mike Trico as well, who is down there talking as well. The safety car still out there on the circuit as we watch Scott Dixon running P2 as things currently stand. Let's take a quick look then at the social media channel and see what you're all saying over on Twitter as well. Based on TV adverts, I'm starting to suspect a lot of Indy 500 fans have clicks that oh dear me. Let's not talk about that one. Yeah, there we go. As it comes through. So they go down. Best day motorsport of the year. Monaco Grand Prix and Indy 500. Of course, 2 of the 500s that come through as well. I'm on a boat, says there's Races 24 as well coming through. Here comes the new tweets now as everything. NBC equals nothing but commercials. Yep, at least you can watch it uninterrupted here on YouTube and on Sky F1 in the UK as well. Pit Lane Parley says, #1 contender Rinus VeeKay into the wall at turn 2. His day is done on lap 36. And it's now Palou leading from Dixon, Ericsson third. And my pick a winner, Marcus Ericsson, up into 3rd place at the moment, Megan. Welcome back. And
that is good for him. Mine is in 6th.
And that's Power back in the pit lane again. And he stalled it. Will Power has stalled in the pit box.
I knew there was something wrong with his car. Don't just drop a tyre.
Now, is that before? Is this a replay? Because I'm not seeing anything. Josh, was he in the pit lane? Because we haven't got anything on our monitors.
No, Power is not in the pit lane.
So that was a replay we saw as well, which had him in the pit lane. Well, this race is turning dramatic as well as it comes through.
Yeah, it really is turning dramatic.
Well,
good luck for you though with Ericsson.
Yeah, let's take a quick look then at how they all stand at the moment. This is the full race battle graph in operation up here in the comms box, and it's Alex Palou leading, Dixon 2nd, Ericsson 3rd. O'Ward is in 4th position. Then it's Carpenter 5th, Rosenquist, Ferrucci as well. Further down on the board, Kanan, Sato, Newgarden in the top 10. Grosjean 11th, then McCulkus, Daly, Hildebrand, Pagino 15th, Rossi, McLaughlin, Johnson, Devlin DiFrancesco, and Marco Andretti in the 20. As the racing currently goes on here. At the moment, the car's still circulating then, as we're going to come through. As Megan, they're not down on pit road just yet, are they? I thought they would be making an appearance occasionally during the race.
You would have expected them to go down pit road, though only a few have, though then again, a lot of them made the move before the caution actually happened, so I suppose that's a good explanation to why, though...
Oops, I'm just falling over my own chair in the back of the box if you're listening into us. Okay, let's go down pit road, we'll pass.
Then just went wicked loose, they made changes on the stop. So they came in again under this yellow and then stalled it as well coming back out. Lost a few more spots. So he's all the way back to 30th. A lot of work to do for Will Power.
Hey, Megan, you spotted the tyre for the back. Oh, they threw the tyre back. Yeah. Do they think they had a puncture rather than stalled?
I think maybe, yeah. Though, but I just found that hilarious.
Would make more sense, yeah, as they all come through at the moment, as on the battles as well. 46 and a 200. 37 minutes, Meg. It's going quite quick.
It is. Maybe we can get up to 2
10
hours.
minutes under caution.
Is that how long we've been on to caution? 10 minutes?
Yep.
Blimey. And we've done 46 laps in 37. If we want well, we're not going to run caution
Wait,
free.
I left. Was I gone for that long?
Round about that long, yeah.
I thought I was only gone for like 3 minutes.
No, you've gone for about 9 as well. And we're just trying to take a look, actually, if we've got anything about cautions here as well. But nothing at the moment.
I'm bored with Roman Grosjean. You forget that Roman Grosjean's only 36. Because he was a part of F1 for so long.
Yeah. And our TV pictures keep breaking up here in the comms box.
Might be the weather.
Yeah. Is it raining outside our commentary box?
No, they were spitting earlier. I had to bring the washing.
Do you know, I've not actually been inside since... Well, I ran in, but I haven't been inside Pop since Monaco.
We're going to green.
Thanks, Josh. Here we go.
Hours ago.
Yeah, it was. Green flag is back out. The Indy 500 is go. And Palou gets a great restart, but Dixon's following with him as well. There's some 3 abreast further back. 4 abreast already to the inside as well. That's going to be contact, and then they're back out of it into 1, and they all make it through. A brilliant ballsy move from Ferrucci as well to keep it in, as did Tony Kanaan.
One person tried to make it 5 abreast. That really earned him a crash.
And Romain Grosjean's been passed by David McCulcus, one ball with Connor Daly. He's 13th at the moment, and it's all battling and nearly on the grass there as well. Can't work out who it is just there on the inside line. I think that was Kanaan passing Sato.
Sato?
It was Kanaan passing Sato.
Sato is getting really quick, though. Oh, we finally made it past Rosenquist, I see.
Look at Dixon as well. At the same time, Award nearly runs into the pit wall.
Ericsson
it gets
is
past.
About to get passed by Award at the same time. Dixon gets through on Palou.
And Leach changes again, and Ericsson drops down to 4th position. That Aaron McLaren Schmidt-Peterson is coming back into it as well. And Synthol has now said as well, well, I'm going to hope Ericsson wins because I don't see Grosjean winning, so go Ericsson. I'm saying go Ericsson. He's my pick a winner for this 500. And
Synthol's pick a winner's out.
Yeah, VeeKay crashed out of the race. Don't remind him, he's watching us as he comes through.
Sorry.
What a brilliant 500 this is turning out to be as our TV pictures glitch. I think that's a problem from NBC, though, not ours.
It might be.
As look at this again, Palou's under pressure from Dixon, trying to go through on the inside. Ericsson looking on the outside line as well.
There's a lot of debris going down on the track. I think it might be the visor shields.
Yeah, and it is a problem now, we understand. Josh, is your TV freezing?
I've no idea because I'm looking at my monitor, not the TV currently.
No worries.
Look at your TV for a sec.
If it does freeze, let us know, because we're having freezing problems up here, up in the comms box every now and then. Pit road.
First round of pit stop, so very happy for the 47-year-old who doesn't know how much longer he's going to do this, but he says every time I can get in a competitive car and come back to Indy, I'm going to do it. This year he would have run more ovals, but of course it was Jimmy Johnson's choice to run the ovals with his road courses this year that he shared last year. So Kanaan, fan favorite, having a great day in 6th right now, Marty.
Yeah, Tony Kanaan as well, from Salvador in Brazil as well. Best finish was first back in 2013. 2021, he finished 10th. His 2013 win came in his 12th try, and he's had 21 starts in the most field as well.
That's not fair.
You've hit McLaughlin. You always pick McLaughlin for a curse. It's always McLaughlin.
What does fate have against him when it comes to me?
Every time we're in the commentary box, something happens to Scott McLaughlin. And you're a semi-regular now on IndyCar.
He's a Hartley on India.
I know.
In IndyCar.
You are a semi-regular on IndyCar at the moment because we haven't got guests on. So it is the truth. As Palou goes to the outside and takes the lead away from Dixon.
I think I'm a regular.
You are. As the captain
I only didn't do 1 because I was ill.
2.
Both times I was ill.
Fair point. You didn't do Indy because of Eurovision, and you didn't do Alabama because you were ill.
Yes.
But we haven't seen you in the box for a while, actually.
Can we?
Yeah, go on, Josh.
Unusual.
Give Megan the black flag for commentating on IndyCar streams, so you don't
have to do it again. Yeah.
I wanted to watch Eurovision, which I'm glad I did because of how well we did.
Yeah, won the group stages.
Yes.
And look at Dixon. He's going to make a move again on Palou. Now, is it going to be inside line? Yes, it is. Quite late call as well. Dixon retakes the lead.
That was graceful. He could have defended that easily.
How many lead changes are we seeing in this 500 already?
I counted at least 40.
I've counted that as well. They're just chopping and changing. We've only had 51 laps as well, and 10 of those behind caution as well.
I feel like it changes. The only time it didn't change was when we had the caution out.
Let's take a look at Tony Kanaan on that restart. He's on the inside line he goes to the outside line, and takes it into turn 1. And Kanaan, utter no holds bar back racing. Sato's on the inside and he gets through. Kanaan, that's legendary. Most starts in the field with 21. He's level, I believe, with Helio Castroneves.
Jeez, that's a lot of stuff.
I know, unbelievable. And these stats, by the way, coming to you from Indianapolis legend Matthew Owens, who's got such a knowledge on this place that he sent us the notes as well.
He should write a book on it.
He really should, yeah. And Matthew Owens is commentating right now on USON with Matt White and Seth Evers as well. As side by side, Colton Herta making a move around the outside of the number 11 of J.R. Hildebrand. I think that was Hildebrand, actually. Actually, it looked more like the 7. Looked more like...
Cannot find 11.
Actually, it looked more like the 18 of David McCulcus. Yeah, it was David McCulcus, wasn't it?
Hold on.
Passing through. Josh, help me out here. Herta just passed McCulcus. Oh, and Herta nearly in the wall again! Herta nearly in the wall again. He got wide out of turn 3 and nearly hit the wall. And look at this now. Back down the straightaway we go. Pulls to the inside line, the 77 of Callum Ilott. Right round the outside, it's Ilott who is in. Looks like an 11 because of the way they're slanted, but it's a 77, so it's Ilott.
77, like Bottas.
Like Bottas, or Bottas, as we were noting him this weekend as well, with his photograph and naked bum in the back of the picture in that red flag.
He really has just,
yeah,
broadened his horizons of what he does.
Bit cheeky.
Yeah.
Bit cheeky.
He's showing that side of himself.
Literally, in everything. Yeah. This is the crash from Colton Herta in Card
Day.
I
never got to see that.
Yeah, on the halo as well. And scraped across his helmet as well. That was
You told me about that, but I never got to see it.
Yeah, well, there you go. And, as well, just like to point out, it's a whole new tub.
Wing out when we stop.
That's the voice of his father, Brian.
A twisted front wing, I think, is going to get turned off now for Herta. So they're just going to lose some front downforce. Isaac says Palou and Dixon will keep switching places to save fuel and move away from O'Ward. As they are teammates, they won't fight each other much. Yeah, bang on. And that's what's happening as well.
Until the last lap.
And this was Herta, wide out of turn 3. Did he brush the wall? He just got close to it. Well, give that man a coconut, because he's shaking it from the wall tree, isn't he? Yes, yeah.
He's doing...
Oh, he did it again! Is he in the wall?
No.
Can I turn around now?
Yes.
And he's going to get past again.
Oh, a bit too close there to 25.
Stefan Wilson. So Herta...
Is he a rookie?
Yeah, no, Wilson is the brother of Justin Wilson. Let's go to Rinus VeeKay in the pit lane.
We had such a good... Hear it in your voice, the dejection.
Brother Justin Wilson.
What happened over there?
Yeah, I know.
Well, first of all, I have to say sorry to all the fans and the team and everyone who's worked hard. We put the car in the front row. We were in P2. But it was tough out there. The car was a little bit free all race, and yeah, I turned into turn 2 and the car gets loose, and well, once that happens, you're a passenger and couldn't do anything. So yeah, just a bummer, really. I think we had a good shot at a good finish or maybe a win.
But passes Herta.
Yeah, it just caught me off guard.
You heard him mention there, Diff. He said it's tough out there. He came out and told me it's tough, and it's getting tougher as it gets warmer.
Yeah, it's getting hotter out there, and that's what's causing all these problems, as we see now. Dixon and Palou now trying to get away from O'Ward. As Isaac said, Dixon pulls to the outside line and gets ahead towards turn 1. The Chimp Ganassi is trying to work together, but O'Ward is coming, and so is Marcus Ericsson. I don't think Ericsson wants to play the team game either. Radio, Dixon.
Interesting there to hear from Rinus VeeKay talking.
Oh no, they've gone to an ad break. So we just heard Tom Gaymore, who you might have heard actually on this channel before, Tom Gaymore, and you'll be hearing him a lot more as well coming up, because I'm going to ask him to do a couple of things as well with us. Summing up the 500. That was something big black debris, didn't it? Look in the back of the track there. So something got kicked up there as well.
Joss.
Yes, go on.
We are coming up to the second round of pit stops, as Dixon and Palou are on 28 laps, and we spent 7 laps under the caution, by the way.
Yeah, so adding on 4 extra laps onto that, which will put it on to 62. Thanks, Josh. Pit reporter at his finest work there, mate.
I think that it might have been a bit of debris from VeeKay's crash.
Yeah, it's just still not. It's just been flicked up into the path, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it got brought over.
Well, if we do go red at any point in this 500-mile race, they can clean the track up. But It's going to take a while. It's lap 59, and it's always... I always say this about the Indy 500. The first 100 laps fly by. The next 100 drag like crazy as Pilot goes to the outside and gets ahead of Dixon.
Knitting.
Yeah, he starts off easy and you just get really tired.
And you're just like, my hand hurts.
Yeah, it starts to cramp as well because how long have we been racing now? 47 minutes we've been under green flag, well, with the green flag out. So 47 minutes since the race started. And 1 lap 60 now. So if we can get to 100 laps within an hour, it will be about 2 hours, as Megan said.
Which is different from what we originally thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we thought over 2. It's usually even over 3 at some point as well.
If we can get to 100 without a red, I think we'll just about make it to, if we do have a red during the other 100, 8.
Yes, I'm trying to find out as well what is the fastest 500 on record.
I can look that up.
Because I can't, because believe it or not, we have not actually got it back on here as well. Shortened 7 times with rain. Last one rain shortened race was back in 2007, but it's not going to come through here either. 190 miles an hour last year was the fastest on record. But we haven't actually got anything with... 68 lead changes was the record back in 2013. That might be changing now. And record differently. This was 15 in 2017 and 18. And we were commentating on those races, Megan.
We were. Fastest races in Indy 500 history.
Go on, Josh. What is that in speeds or terms of hour?
Hours and speed.
Oh, give us the hours. What's the quickest one on record?
It was actually last year.
Oh, it was last year's quickest 500 last year.
2 hours. Yeah. 37 minutes and 19 seconds.
Well, how many cautions did they have, though?
Let me have
I think I remember talking about this last year, you know.
How many hours was that?
2 hours, 37 minutes. Do you know, I reckon
we had like 3 cautions, I think.
We did have 3 cautions. I remember talking about this last year. We got it up on the laptop. It's just flashed back. Because you asked the same question, is it the fastest 500 on record? And it was.
I hope we get to 2 hours instead of 2 hours 37.
Well, yeah, it's depending on how many cautions add about 10 minutes onto the race, don't they? So if we run caution free for the end, we should be good. There's a drone. There's a drone that flew over the track. Now, if IndyCar noticed that, they would throw the caution because drones aren't actually allowed in IndyCar.
Let's hope they don't notice.
Yeah. Let's go down to pit lane.
When does that go away? And when do you say, hey, we're not going to play the game anymore? And then also, it's got to start factoring in. We're not getting better fuel mileage. We thought this would work. We thought this would get us to where we need to be, but clearly the rest of the field able to do it better.
Yeah, just...
I Write Books is trackside, and he says, howdy for me, IMS at Cash and Evans pits, waiting on next round. So I Write Books is at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he's at Cash and Evans' pit lane, waiting for the next go-round. I Write Books, I'm incredibly jealous, and so I think it's Josh Plays, and it's Megan Birch up here in the box as well. We would love to be trackside as well. I hope you're enjoying it, and the sound is amazing as well, as we were hearing it on the pit wall here. So top 5, Alexander Pilot, Scott Dixon, Pato O'Ward, Marcus Ericsson and Ed Carpenter at the moment. Ed Carpenter, of course, the local lad from Indianapolis. 19th Indy 500 start. He was 2nd in 2018. It's 3 times. He's 3 T5s in Indy 500. Last in win was Shaw in 40 as well. So we're just double checking. Ed Carpenter as well desperately wants to win his home race for the first time in what is his 19th attempt at this event. Oh, pit lane. Who's that coming down the pit lane? Not going to tell just yet.
J.R. Hildebrand.
Josh
is
on
it.
it.
It's always Hildebrand. Why does he always start off the train?
Well, he was the first to come into the pit lane, wasn't he? So it's Hildebrand who takes in. Yeah, Josh is right as well. J.R. Hildebrand takes it to the pit lane. This is why Josh is so handy and great at being in the pit lane. He can read a timing screen amazingly, and he's got so much data to come through.
But not like me.
Yes, but he's got so much more data.
I'm the queen of timing screens.
Yes, but he's got data he can constantly look at instead of us. We're commentating. He can just look at the timing screen, so he can read them.
I can't always look at the timing screens.
Again,
also, it doesn't always work.
At least he's doing the mental math and saving you the trouble.
I can do mental math easily.
I'm not doing a competition.
I've always win.
We'll have to do a mathematical competition between you and Josh at some point in the future then. You two do the commentary challenge instead of me. I'll host it.
By the time I was 8, I could do my 163 times tables.
They might throw the caution here. I've got a feeling. I've just got this feeling that there's a caution coming. I don't know where. It's one of those things that nag in the back of your mind as well.
I'm also very good at algebra.
Work out then.
Everything.
66. We're in that fuel window, and nobody's diving in. We spent, as Josh said, 7 laps onto caution. That adds it on.
They'll go another 4 laps, I think, until they really...
They want to go 70. Or they're trying to eke out the fumes to go into the caution period if we have another one.
Like last time, I think they're going to wait to see what Hildebrand's effects were from after.
Yeah, see what his tyre's like on brand new and what the fuel load is. Hang on a minute. This is the IndyCar Pollute. Now, I thought he was coming to the pit lane, but he's decided to go for another run because he was coming down pit lane. He could commit that early. But we'll double check. Out of turn 4, does he dive down pit lane? No, he doesn't. Neither does Herta. Neither does Dixon. Herta's going to be lapped. Colton Herta, who crashed in the carb day, is about to be lapped in the backup car.
He really isn't that lucky at Indy 500s, is he?
Yeah, he has no luck at this place.
Jimmy
Absolutely
Johnson pits.
So Johnson in. Johnson pits.
He was the second one last time, I believe. So.
Yes, and now again, Pelot just passing Herta. Herta is officially a lap down in this race. And you can tell the lapped cars, by the way, by the black box that will be put on around the drivers as well to show when they're lapped down. Jimmy Johnson pits.
Which means power's not far behind.
Yeah, 3 seconds stop at the moment.
Firestones and another adjustment trying to free up that 48.
Okay, late back there from the pit lane.
That was a good stop from Johnston there. That was a 7-second stop.
Herta and Dixon.
Daily pits.
Yeah. We said it at the same time.
Also, Daly.
Let's go down pit road.
He said just feels like it's broken. He feels like he's going to crash every lap. We knew this was a possibility with a repaired race car, Marty.
Scott Dixon coming down pit road. His teammate Alex Pelot will come down this lap as well. Dixon's been pretty happy with his race car, but they're also alternating when they come down.
Again!
Dixon does it first.
What's happened?
It's happened again. So there's another caution. Full course yellow.
Caution.
Yeah. It's another one. Callum Ilott slams in the exit of turn 2 and slams into the inside wall as well at the exit of turn 2. Exactly the same as what we saw from Rinus VeeKay. And I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Always around the pit stops.
On lap 70 as well.
I said it just a few laps ago. Now the AMR safety team immediately there as well to make sure that Ilott is okay. But Callum Ilott out of the race, and the pits, I believe, are still, I think they're closed. Oh, Pelot came in. Pelot came into the pit lane, and now the caution's out. Pelot is in big trouble as Ilott gets out of the car and is okay. Pelot came into the pits when they were closed.
When it was closed, surely that's got to be like 5-second penalty.
It'll be a drive-through. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, he lost it midway through turn 2.
Similar to what VeeKay did.
And slams into that wall. Nearly lost it,
That went
all the debris in front of all the other drivers, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to cause a massive amount of punctures. They need to head to the pit lane.
Hang on. We almost had a crash here as well for Graham Rahal.
That's because he kept running over massive piece of debris. He needs to head to the pit lane now.
This is Pelot. And look, caution. Pit's closed. Just as he came in, it was too late for him to back out. Alexander Pelot went through the pit lane when the pits were closed. And that is a slam dunk penalty, I'm afraid. Major drama. And where's that put him out now, Josh? Where's Pelot? On the boards.
Let me just have a look. He is down in...
I can't see it either.
10th.
Wow.
And guess what, Josh? We cannot escape. It is number 10 in 10th from the same numbers. But I don't think he could have got away with going out. So
yeah, it would be a penalty either way. Where's Dixon? Dixon has left the pits. He pitted just before the caution came out.
So he is in 26th.
And that's really destroyed Dixon's race as well.
It has.
Because everyone's now going to get a free pit stop under the yellow. Dixon will go to the front, but he's going to be now lapping about 2 or 3 laps down on the rest of the field. So this has wrecked the race for Alexander Pelot and Scott Dixon. Hello to the front, Pato O'Ward, Marcus Ericsson, Ed Carpenter. They're now going to be the 3 to watch in this race as the first 3 drop out.
That is... I think that Ilott's crash just really messed up the field due to it was during the pit stop time.
It was wrong timings.
It was wrong timings, and the fact that now it's going to be so much easier for people to overtake.
There's a lot of debris out there as well. This will be a long caution period, I believe. Let's go down pit road.
And the pit road will not be open. So emergency service here for Alex Blow. Again, they thought they could make it until they were able to open pit road. They will not be able to. I mean, Chip Ganassi has got to be sitting here, Diff, thinking, what do I have to do to win this race as a team? Same situation as Scott Dixon last year. Exact situation.
Yeah, this happened to Dixon last year. Caution came out when he came down pit road, and Chip Ganassi's wandering on now, but we've got a bigger problem because he's having to come down pit road for an emergency service. Alex Palou is going to get a drive-through penalty for it as well. So he's coming down pit road for emergency service. He'll get a penalty. No doubt about it. It's a slam dunk. This is bad. Really bad for Palou.
It really is bad. I knew if it was going to be 2. It's just I was really hoping it would come after the 100 mark, though. No, not yet. And
pit road.
Right, so coming down pit road is Alex Palou. Just let's hope that he can get a good clean stop so that it isn't... Oh,
yeah.
Putting in fuel there.
Actually, we're going to head to Tom Gaymore, who's talking now. Hello, Tom.
For one of the big hitters, Alex Palou, and we heard the commentary team there talking about what does Chip Ganassi have to do to win this race. One of its chargers, arguably, up against it now.
Yeah, the saving grace is you've got Scott Dixon there, and the Iceman always stays cool. He timed that pit stop perfectly. Unfortunately, Palau didn't. But Palau's not out of it. That car looks super comfortable today for them, and we're not even halfway through this race. It only gets interesting, really, in the last 50. So I wouldn't call him out yet. He can't be the only one. I think there's going to be a few going to have to pit fairly soon because it was right at the end of the pit window, at the worst time possible to happen.
And we touched on it in the previous break that we were filling about how important the pit stop sequence is and the risk that you run staying out.
I'm going to have to go away because everyone's diving into the pit lane. Alexander Palou has been given a penalty to go to the back of the field. So he will have to go to the back of the field. Meantime, here comes the pit stops, Megs. This is the opportunity we need to. So Kanan in, Ericsson. Yeah, Pato Ward in, Carpenter in as well. They're all coming in now, Megan, for a yellow flag pit stop. Away we go.
So Ericsson getting a good, clean stop there. Best out of all of them so far. A little bit of trouble from Pato Ward. Evan Carpenter seems to be a bit slower, though Tony Kanaan and Marcus Ericsson certainly have the fastest out of the lot.
And who wins the race off pit road? There's Palou getting some service as well. So Palou's done another pit stop. He's going to drop to the back. O'Ward leads, Ericsson second. Kanaan moves up to third. Ferrucci fourth, followed by Carpenter, who lost 2 places. You're right, Megan. Slow stop at the exit of that last lap on the pit road. What a run. What an adrenaline run. Big crash, though, for that of Callum Ilott here, as well as they came back off ad break to show the pit stops. And then they've gone back to Tom Gaymore, but I think we're going to stay on our TV pictures for the time being. And this is getting dramatic stuff as well. Harvey and Power pit as well, so they go a lap down. Yeah, penalty back at the field now for Alexander Palou, so he's going to drop down to 31st position and a lap down.
Right, so I'll take you through the top 10 right now. So in first at the moment is O'Ward, followed by Ericsson. Then in third is Carpenter. Then fourth, Kanaan. Fifth, Dixon. Sixth is Daly. Seventh, Rosenquist. Ferrucci is eighth. Ninth, oh, and it's just changed again.
Yeah, Dixon now leads. Dixon leads again, but he's on an alternate fuel strategy.
I'm hoping that's a mess up, like a mess up or something.
No, all timing screens show the same. So now it is the correct timing screen. They've all changed after the pit stop. So go again.
So first is Dixon, second Daly, O'Ward is third, Ericsson fourth, Kanaan fifth, Ferrucci is sixth, Carpenter is seventh, eighth is Rosenquist, ninth Newgarden, and Sato is in 10th. And then down 11th is Grosjean, followed by Scott McLaughlin, then McCulcus, and then 14th is Castroneves, and 15th is Raul. That's all I'm doing out of the
Don't blame you. We're coming back to the green flag shortly as well. Track looks like it's been fully repaired as well. Callum Ilott's car taken back. We'll hear from Callum Ilott shortly because he's been to Pit Lane Medical Centre as well as the field circulates. Got asked if we could show the full timing screens for a few moments as well, so there you go. out there as well. Gives me and Megan a chance to have a little sit down.
Yeah.
And there's Jimmy Johnson then walking back, driving back in, so I should say. Now, where is Jimmy Johnson in that field? Where is
Johnson is...
I can't see him in the top 20.
No, he's
29th.
not.
Wow.
Yeah, he is just outside of what we can see right now.
That is insane. And Johnson's season started with a crash in practice as well. Broke his hand at Long Beach. And let's just listen.
A little fire on car as the safety team races out to check on the driver.
Jimmy Johnson is, they're cleaning the track, Megs. They've put sweepers at the back of the track, so it looks like they're just going to try and clean it up there. Right, should we go to Twitter and TweetDeck as well for your social media screen? Polo Radio, lap 74 after Ilott wreck, finding out he's going to be at the back of the field for a legal pit lane entry. It's a long race. Let's do this. We have a good car, was what he said just before it went off the screen quite quickly as well. Race day for the Indy 500 as well. IndyCar as well, says Conor Daly and Santiago Ferrucci as well, Newgarden as well. They're their pick of winners to come through. And I'll tell you what, my pick of Marcus Ericsson looks quite strong at the moment here, guys. He's in P4. I called him in the qualifying last week, if you joined us for that as well. If you're one of the 9,000 people, nearly 10,000 people who joined us the 2 days of qualifying, you will remember I said Marcus Ericsson is my pick a winner for the Indy 500. He's a dark horse
Mine
to win
just
it.
seems to like to stay in 8th.
Felix Rosenquist.
I may have to change.
Award is one of them. No, I'm staying with Ericsson.
I'm going to go Daly.
Daly's a wild card. He's pitted, so he's back out of it.
Fine, I won't.
Daly's a waste of an entry.
I'll go Award then.
Changing at lap 75 to 200. We'll see if the rules allow it as well. So yeah,
I don't care what the rules allow. I already lost once today. I can lose again.
Alex Palou, Jimmy Johnson and Colton Herta enter the pit lane, we're being told. So they've gone back through. Now we're on board with, I think that's Simon Pagenaud at the moment. I can't quite tell with the helmet because it's a Marshank Racing, so it's either...
Low Johnson, Herta are all in the pit lane, Joss.
Yeah, so that's going to drop them down again in the pits. This is their, for Palou, it's their 6th top of the day. I think this is Palou's drive...
They could have run out of tyres.
I don't know if it's a drive-through penalty. Why is Palou going into the pit lane again? Now, this is the 3rd time he's come in.
He only just came in.
Yeah, once for emergency service, then he had another stop, and now I think they're just top and telling the car as much fuel as they can.
Did he have a drive-through?
No, he's gone to the back of the field, so I think he's just putting as much fuel as he can manage into that car to try and go 34 laps. So he's brimmed the tank to try and take the tyres long as well.
What if he crashes? That's going to leak all over the track.
No tyres, just fuel. I said I was going to make the cars intro, but because Monaco overran, we never had time. But save that idea for next year as well. But it really is like that now.
They should put Red Bull in the thing.
Yeah,
because then he can just fly there.
Let's go down to Mike Danica and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
The yellow comes out with the accident with Ilott. Your observation so far, 75 laps through.
Yeah, well, it just shows how quickly things can change. I mean, there was nowhere for Palou to go. Alex had to stay, and he probably would have been more dangerous to try and stay on track. So, like I said, you've got to keep your head in it. I mean, we've got VeeKay running second, basically spinning and crashing. We've got Palou that was running so well, and then now he's basically last because of that pit scenario. Things happen so quickly here. They change so fast. You've just got to keep your head on straight and know that there'll be opportunities for you in the end if it goes wrong early.
We know a lot of these teams committed to a certain strategy at the start of this race. These cautions falling like they are, how's that going to change that fuel strategy for a lot of these teams? And also, it's always going to be fun having Conor Daly and Ferrucci up in the top 10. Ferrucci's been really aggressive on restarts. I hope he's there all day long because he's going to be entertaining.
Just like he was your first time here in 2019 when he was a rookie as well. Ready to go back to green, we go back to diff.
Here we go then, lap 77. I'm going to turn on lap 78. We're going to go green here at the Brickyard. It'll be Scott Dixon taking us to the green with Conor Daly in second, Pato O'Ward in third. Hold on to your hats then. The 3rd start of the Indy 500 here as well. Out of the last corner at the Brickyard. Green. And down towards turn 1. Dixon's got a great restart. Look at Tony Kanaan at the back of Marcus Ericsson as well. Trying to find a way through. And here comes O'Ward on the inside of Dixon. They are more spread out now than where they were at the start of the race. How there's no contact in one, I have no idea. They're all slipping and sliding. And Ericsson stays ahead of Kanaan and is now on the back as well. And that was O'Ward dropping back. Dixon leads the race with Daly in second.
How long is that going to last, though? And it's...
Oh, it's 3 abreast. Kanaan trying to go on the outside, turn 3. There's going to be contact, surely.
Look, down there.
Grosjean and Karam. Sage Karam as well.
That was almost 6 abreast.
Into that part of the track as well. You sort of wince every time you look at it because you know there's going to be contact. Connor Daly is going for the lead as Marcus Ericsson defends hard from O'Ward, and Ericsson takes third.
You said he's a wild card.
Who, Connor Daly?
Yeah.
Yeah, alternate fuel strategy, remember. So the real leader of this race is Marcus Ericsson. That's the thing.
Fine.
Look, Dixon's lifting. Is Daly going to lift? Yeah, they're all lifting. They're saving fuel. Whereas Ericsson doesn't need to save fuel. So Ericsson's going to come into the battle. O'Ward doesn't need to save fuel either. And now, I'm sure Josh is already working out exactly what needs to be for the next pit stop strategy. And is Daly going to pass Dixon here to turn 1? No, they lift.
McCulkus is definitely the best rookie at the minute because he is 13th compared to everyone else.
13th on the board. That is insane.
20 more laps until Dixon needs to pit.
So that'll be lap 100, which will take us to halfway to nicely reset everything. Thanks, Josh, as they come through. Look at this battling as well. We are an hour 8 minutes in. That caution has cost us that chance to run for 2-hour mark as well.
It could still happen.
We're an hour in and we've only done 80 laps. It's not possible. It's mathematically impossible now. So we're going to go over 2 hours, unfortunately. It could still be the quickest 500 on record, though, if we run caution-free for the remainder of the race.
We better.
And there goes Connor Daly to the inside, and Daly takes the lead for Red Carpenter Racing. But we remind you, he's on an alternate fuel strategy and shouldn't keep the lead of the race. But Connor Daly, the local lad, leads. Yes, please.
He leads.
Oh,
what
Megan
if he wins.
Megan's now very much angry as what's happening. But from Noblesville, Indiana as well, for Connor Daly, it's his 9th Indy 500 start. His best finish was 10th in 2019 as well. As they come out of turn 4, taking the high line, Dixon wants to try and get the lead back, pulls to the inside line at turn 1, and Dixon hits the front and leads the 500 away from Daly.
Right, so further down the field, it is incredibly close between.
Sorry, look at Alex Palou. He took so much speed out of turn 2. He's now caught Connor Daly, and he's going to push it, and he's past Marcus Ericsson. O'Ward is unstoppable for McLaren.
Okay, maybe it's a good thing I chose O'Ward.
I keep telling you, Megs, it happens. And also,
well, my guy just passed your guy.
Yellow breed yellows. That's what we need to remember.
Don't say that again.
Here comes Connor Daly.
That's going to be a yellow.
Yeah, Connor Daly couldn't do anything. Ericsson's backed up. Kanaan's in there as well. This is the battle we wanted to see. This is the Indy 500. This is looking fun. 2 seconds pit road.
I'm done saving fuel with the Indy 500. I really feel like it's kind of hurt us the last couple of years, and this is the test. This is when it'll be put to the test. He doesn't have a wingman any longer. He's not up front with his teammate Alex Palou. So now, how hard will Dixon run? He showed, hey, I let Connor Daly lead 1 lap, but I wanted to go right back to the front.
Yeah, and of course, as Grid Network points out, saying race is going to be interesting with more Chevys up front as well. It's a Honda leading with Dixon, but Connor Daly in a Chevy, so's Pato O'Ward, Ericsson Kanaan in Honda engines as well. As again, it's a Chevy to the levee, to the front at turn 1, as Connor Daly takes the lead for Ed Carpenter Racing.
Right, so it is 84 laps out of 200, and can tell one thing, it's starting to drag a little bit.
I did say, you get towards like 100 and things start dragging, and then it feels really long at the second half.
You want another crash to happen.
The only thing is, last year's didn't drag, but I think, did we run it in May last year? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Or was it in June? I can't remember when it was.
No, it was May.
It was May. Yeah, the one we ran in August as well, when it was nothing else. No Monaco Grand Prix before. They went really fast. This year, it's back on the same day as the Monaco Grand Prix, so you have 2 Triple Crown events on the same day, and it drags broadcasting. It really does as they come through. New leader, Connor Daly, takes the lead again, and Daly, who, as I said, last oval, he was 10th at Gateway. That was back in 2020. He hasn't done an oval in 2 seasons. Josh?
Last year's Indy 500 was May 30th.
So a year ago tomorrow. Wow. Castroneves is up into 14th place. He started down in 29th. So Castroneves looks like he could maybe do the position. But the furthest back winner started 28th. That was Ray Haroun in 1911. And also back from Lewis Meyer in 1936. And who's the team? Meyer Shank Racing. So Castroneves could do it. Could win from the furthest back and live up to the team name of Meyer Shank Racing. Keep your fingers crossed as well. Of course, that was back in 1936 as well.
Top 3 are different teams.
Ed Cameron Racing with Connor Daly. Chimp Ganassi Racing with Scott Dixon. Aaron McLaren Schmidt-Peterson with Paolo O'Ward. Yeah, top 3 teams, top 3 different constructors. There's also Honda, Chevy, Honda, because Dixon's just taken the lead in the Honda. So, Daly's dropped back again to second. That's happened somewhere off screen. Oh, did it happen to turn 1 and we missed it again?
We probably missed it.
So they come down as well in towards turn 1. There, that's Castroneves now right in the back with David McCulkus. McCulkus, the rookie, is doing such an amazing job out there at the moment. And this, Megan, is Castroneves on the onboard at the restart. This is how he's moved up 4 abreast. And it says, I'll go in the middle. And it was an ever-decreasing circle.
That could have gone so wrong if they hadn't have slowed down. Though it worked out well since he was able to get the inside line.
One thing we don't want is the big one, which we often see the big one at Daytona, which is everybody crashing into each other.
Oh, please don't let that happen.
Yeah, we don't want to see the big one.
Don't want that again.
We'll be happy with no cautions, actually, for the rest of the race. But this is some great battling we're seeing at the moment. Dixon leads. He's got a 10th over Daly as well. You can't run at the 500. You can't. It's constant drama. It's constant battles.
Just someone spinning and not crashing out.
Yeah, that's what I'm agreeing.
We like that.
Yeah, that'll do. I'll do us.
Yeah,
perfectly
that's
fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
I think, Josh, you got news for us? Or?
Yep, next, pit stops are scheduled between lap 100 to lap 105 for the front runners and lap 105 to 115 for the people who have recently pitted in the caution.
So it's all coming up now, isn't it? It's all coming roses now for the front field as well as they try and break through. Dixon, Daly 1-2, O'Ward 3, Ericsson 4, Kanaan 5th. Tony Kanaan, are you seriously telling me he could win the 500 if he's up there as well? His best, he did win it back in 2013, but that's his only win. But can Kanaan become a 2-time winner? We've seen Sato do it in the past couple of years as well.
Probably take that out.
Yeah, it's been in charge all day as well, your laptop next, so maybe it is best. We haven't even got the footage off there for today. It's so chaotic as well. There's so much more motorsport to come. Straight after the 500, we've got the 2 races from the British Touring Car Championship as well. Yeah, then we've got the Grand Prix review, talking F1 and F2, and then it's lunchtime. As I'll have my Sunday dinner. And then I'll have a pancake.
It's lovely.
Is it lovely?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it this week anyway?
Gammon.
It's gammon. Oh, very nice.
It's very soft.
Oh, well, there we go.
It's not for
I
chili
love
time.
gammon.
Yeah, that's why you've brought all the leads out now, Meg, so underneath the commentary box as well, as with the backup headset gets ripped out as well. What a dramatic race this is turning out to be. We've had a day of dramatic races, so apologies if we just want to sort of take our breath for a second as well. But Dixon leads. He's got 3/10 advantage now as well, but look how much Daly is closing up on him, and he's still going for it, isn't he, Meg? This battling is going to continue throughout the entire race.
It really is. It's lap 91 at the moment, and I think Newgarden really is trying to creep his way up. You're not really hearing much from Ferrucci, Carpenter, and Newgarden right now, are we?
No, you're not, are you? Way down the order at the moment as things stand as well. Oh, this is Daly, and he's got a bit of carbon fibre stuck there, miss. Can you see on the camera lens?
Where does that come from?
It looks like a bit of rubber.
It looks like a scorpion.
Yeah, it looks like rubber that's just sort of been spat up against the aero screen there.
Could it have been from the car in front?
Car in front is Dixon.
Yeah. It's his tyres degrading or something.
Well, it could be a normal pickup that gets thrown away, but we'll double check with it as well. But still, that's a more dramatic action than we like to see here.
Dixon last pitted 24 laps ago.
Oh, so it probably is.
Wow. I'll tell you one thing. 2 weeks' time to the Le Mans 24 Hours. I know what I need. New ear pads.
Is it only 2 weeks away?
Yeah, Le Mans, 2 weeks.
I forget. They should really put a month between these two.
They used to be, but then they keep changing it. But now, yeah, it's basically within 3-week period, the entire Triple Crown's done. Monaco used to be last weekend on the 23rd of May. Then it was this weekend was the 500, and then the following week used to be Le Mans. And the people used to do the Triple Crown by going one to the other with practice. Do the 500, do Monaco, then do the 500, then do the 24 hours Le Mans. That's what they call it, the Triple Crown. The only driver to win the Triple Crown, would you like to know? It is Graham Hill. Damon Hill's father, the world champion, Indy 500 winner and Le Mans 24-hour winner, Graham Hill. He's the only one to do the Triple Crown. Alonso won Monaco and Le Mans. Montoya won in Monaco and Indy. But Alonso never won Indy, and Montoya never won Le Mans.
So they were close.
Montoya's still racing. He's still going to do Le Mans. Montoya could do the Triple Crown, but he's only an LMP2.
Does it have to be...
The overall win, yes. Yeah, so Montoya...
It doesn't have to be in the same week.
No.
3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, Montoya left the road course here and went and won the race in LMP2 in the IMSA race as well. So Montoya crashed on Sunday, won on Sunday.
So...
Saturday.
Alonso could still technically do the Triple Crown if he ever goes to Indy.
Alonso says he don't want to do Indy anymore with the Euro screen, but I think he's been bullied out because he's just too slow. He tried that back in 2020, do you remember? And he did not work out that well. He qualified and then finished down in, would you like to know the position?
35.
Yeah. Not good for Fernando that year. It was a pretty forgettable race that he was in it.
Bullied.
Everyone there was like, oh, Alonso's back. Anyway, action up front.
That's because people ignored him.
Here's Takuma Sato, though.
Sato won, I think.
Sato, an F1 driver the same as Alexander Rossi. Sato, a 2-time winner of the 500. He's running in P10 and was mega fast across all of the practice sessions. I'm sure you've seen in the highlights we put out here on YouTube. So Sato is a good outside bet. But Dixon looking good at the moment. Pit Road saying something.
And the interesting thing to me, Townsend, is they're sort of doing this on the fly. It's Honda helping Chevy, Connor Daly helping Scott Dixon. Are they doing it with hand signals? Are they putting the spotters together? How do they make this work so they can save fuel? But your point is right. Everybody behind them has a better fuel situation in the first place.
Well, they're two competing drivers on two different teams, and if Connor Daly's being asked, hey, take turns with Dixon at the front, I don't know. I think I'm happy to just hang back because it was Daly again last year that led so many laps in this point of the race.
Yeah, Daly led so many laps as well last year and almost won it. Do you remember? Then had to come in for fuel late on with the late cautions that came out.
I kind of remember that, yeah.
I like how they've put the flowers there only this morning at the exit of turn 4.
I feel sorry for those flowers.
It's literally the only time they get put there, the flowers at the exit of turn 4. We're nearing the one. That's a great camera into turn 1. Can we have that on a restart, please? That'd be fab. In fact, I think we've just found our new intro for next year. That little camera, that little slot of camera, that's our new intro for next year of IndyCar as well. As you know, we play it through here as well with the Indy intro. It was a quick intro, actually, for the intro. But we did hear Back Home Again in Indiana, and we did hear we missed the American National Anthem, though, but we got the introduction. But we got the most important ones, but we missed the American National Anthem.
I think we all know the American National Anthem.
Yeah, it's played in the style of every race. Yeah.
I feel like Americans are very patriotic, but the rest of the world knows their national anthem.
I love it.
It's like Britain. Like, everyone knows the Britain and the American national anthems.
They get it wrong and sometimes say it's Rule Britannia, but it's God Save the Queen.
Yeah.
But technically, there was...
But at least they know some.
There was a petition to get it changed to Rule Britannia to be the national anthem instead of God Save the Queen, but I think God Save the Queen's fantastic
God Save the Queen is best, given what Rule Britannia is actually about.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. But honestly, I really enjoyed God Save the Queen because every time you hear a British winner in motorsport as well, it's so heartwarming. And I get the same with the American national anthem and the Italian national anthem as well.
Yeah, everyone just seems to know those national anthems. It's like... They're talked about so much.
Yeah. There's Santino Ferrucci with... Is that a tinted aero screen on Santino Ferrucci?
Is it weird that sometimes I find myself just randomly singing the American national anthem?
Not weird at all. Not weird at all.
I don't know why.
I also do that so many times, so you're not alone, Meg.
Okay, so you're not alone.
I just suddenly start singing it.
Just like to point out as well, Synthil said, go Ericsson, why did VeeKay have to crash? It was an unusual one down at turn 2, and both the crashes have been down at turn 2 so far today. So it's not out of the realms of possibility. We'll see another one at some point as well. So keep your eyes up front as well. As one lap 99.
Flake. It's a flake.
Better than that. Lap 100.
Yay!
100 down. 100 to go. And
We're
also
halfway there.
Halfway there. And also 250 miles completed. We're now on to the last 250. And this is where it's going to start to get tense. Halfway in the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500 in 2022. And right now, it's Dixon leading Daly as things stand as well. This is going to be fantastic. 101 now on the board, so that's a shame.
An hour 23 that took.
And it looks like I need to adjust the graphic up here in the comms box, because now apparently it's showing 0 laps.
That took an hour and 23 minutes to get halfway through. And if we run without any more cautions, then actually even then we still might get to be the fastest ever Indy 500. Since the other two had cautions that lasted like 10 minutes.
Could do as well. On to lap 101 then. We're past half distance in the 500. And Megs, the question of the hour is, of course, as well, do we think that we're going to have caution-free running, or are we going to have to go cautions throughout the race as well?
Let's hope we don't have any more.
I'm thinking we could have a few more cautions overall.
No, not a few. At least a couple.
What, a few is a couple?
A few is 3. A couple is 2.
I knew you were going to say there, a few is 3. A couple is 2. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Anyway, let's take a look quickly at the graphics as things stand as well. Look at the driver track. It's such a mess, but it's still Dixon leading the way at the moment. As we're now riding on board. I can't tell who it is. Is it David McCulcus? Or is it Santina Ferrucci? Who are we on board with?
I'm going to say
Daly and Dixon
Ferrucci.
due to pit in the next couple of laps.
So Daly and Dixon due to pit as you heard in the next few laps as well. We've been under green flag for around about 17 minutes as well.
I'm going to say Ferrucci.
Cynthia says, where's Crash? Let's hope we get a few more cautions. It would be exciting if we did, but let's hope everybody's safe at least.
You can't tell which one this is. I really should.
Yeah, can't. Now we're on board with, I think, Pato O'Ward, who's running in 3rd. That's who we're on board with now, Pato. You can tell by the logo on the top there. So down in the inside, into turn 4, past the flowers.
Are they fake? Because no way a real flower would hold up that well.
They are real.
How?
Yeah, they're real. They're real. Yeah.
Are they biologically engineered?
I have no idea. They're longer than they look, and they're deeply rooted, but they are real flowers at the inside turn 4. It's a tradition.
Planted.
Well, they're in a box and they get placed there at the start of the race. There's some at the inside turn 2. Oh, debris!
Where did that come from?
I think it's a bit of plastic that's off the safety barrier. And one of the drivers, I think it was Ericsson actually, who hit it as well. Ericsson lost a bit of time there, but he's still going. So just some shards of carbon fibre, which should be okay. But that was scary. You would have seen that and lifted off a little bit. So Ericsson,
I thought someone might have crashed up ahead.
Oh, into the pits. Who's that? Is that Herter? Who's a lap? Yeah, Herter, a lap down, comes into the pit lane then.
Herter confirmed pit.
Yeah, now to the inside. Pato O'Ward trying to take 2nd place away from Connor Daly. Didn't work out that time through turn 1 either. On lap 105 of 200 of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. And Hildebrand pit. So you're right there, Josh, with the strategy call. Hildebrand dives into the pit lane. So now, who's going to be next? O'Ward to the inside at turn 3 and passes Daly for 2nd place. Daly's on a fuel save mode. O'Ward isn't. And are we going to see another caution as we come to the end of the fuels?
I really hope not.
And Daly pits. Daly pits. Connor Daly into the pit lane then from 3rd position of this Indy 500-mile race.
You know, it really would be hell if it suddenly started raining.
If it did start raining, it would be red flag. Well, it happened back in 1973. Rain came down, the dry track, well, they were on dry tyres as well, and it caused loads of problems. But it would be a red flag and we wouldn't get going again. This is Connor Daly into the pits. New tyres on. Caution again!
You said it too many times.
Caution's out. I don't know where. I don't know who. But it is. Oh, it's Romain Grosjean. Excellent turn 2. Exactly the same as what we saw with VeeKay and with Ilott. And Romain Grosjean out of the 500 on his first attempt at the Brickyard. And looking, he's okay. He's come to a rest on the infield. And the AML safety trucks will go there. It seems like every time we get to the end of this one, it's a problem. And Daly just pitted, so again, he's out of luck.
Where's Roman Grosjean's?
Grosjean was running further back anyway, but every single time, Josh, we come to the pit stops, we get the cautions. It just happens.
Daly's pitted again.
You're right.
On my screen.
But the pits are closed. Daly's left the pit lane, so there might have been a
Timing
glitch.
glitch.
Yeah, timing glitch. Now, Grosjean's out of the car and he's sorry, Josh. Grosjean's out of the car and he's okay. Back to you.
Yeah, everything is a replay, Josh.
Yeah, here we go. So coming out of turn 2, and there's the contact marks for where Ilott hit it, and it's again losing the rear left, trying to go to the high line. It slams into the wall on that left-hand side and just drags down the back of the track. And that just keeps on happening again and again. It just snaps on the drivers. And for the second time today, Graham Rahal has got a front row seat to the action.
That is unfortunate for Roman Grosjean in his first ever Indy 500 crash out. Memorable. Oh, that was at high speed, slamming into that wall.
Yeah, rookie in the 500, 10 years an F1 veteran. He was second at the Indy Grand Prix last year, second at Long Beach this year. And the car, of course, won, the DHL car won back in 2014 with Ryan Hunter-Reay. Not going to be the look today, though, for Roman Grosjean.
At least it's a memorable first one. Also, they should probably check his arm out. He hit that wall pretty hard.
It looks to be okay as well. He's just having a few things done as well on the back. But
oh, he's angry.
Dixon.
Go on, Josh.
Dixon might have to go in for an emergency stop. He last pitted 40 laps ago.
And, of course, the pit window only goes as much as 34 laps. So he's running on fumes. Is Scott Dixon pit road?
Second burst for Chip Ganassi Racing. Scott Dixon was coming down pit road. There you see his wife Emma
she didn't have help.
angst right now. They were coming down pit road that lap. They are not sure if he can make it back. Just like his teammate Alex Blow earlier in this race, they're not sure if he can make it back before
Pits are
pit
open.
road is open.
Pits are open. Dixon's going to make it. Dixon has got incredibly lucky after being denied the pit stop last time around. He's coming now. The pits are open. Dixon might just keep the lead of this race and get back in. That was such a close call.
That is...
Oh, pits are open.
Lucky.
Can he win the race off pit road? That's the question, though, because everyone's going to dive in. This is the scheduled stop. They've got lucky with the yellow. Everyone's going to dive in now. Here we go. Out of the last corner, down pit road. There's the mark. Are they in? Surely. Yes, they're all in. They're all diving down pit road. This is going to be chaotic beyond belief. To help us out, NBC will be on the pit road call as well. Here we go. Dixon. They're all in. The timing screen goes red.
It's like a red flag.
Here we go, pit road.
The one car comes to pit road. They'll just change the tires. They'll put fuel in. Marcus Ericsson as well. No complaints right now, but he does want to put... No complaints from him right now, Marty.
Pat O'Ward very happy with the handling of his car, and he has been patient, uber patient, all day long, kind of sitting there stalking the leaders. And this might be the break that Scott
Ericsson gets a great launch.
Get back to victory lane at Indianapolis.
So does Dixon.
They asked him, can you stand uphill?
Dixon leads off pit road. Right, Dixon leads off pit road as well. Then it's O'Ward. Ferrucci up to third. Then it's Rosenquist. Carpenter. Canaan dropped 2. Ericsson lost 4 places there. Sato, Pagano, McLaughlin, Neves, Rossi up 2, Karam, all moving up with great places there. So Dixon manages, after being caught out at the previous caution, this time around, caution favours Dixon and moves back up. Let's go to Tom Gatemore in the studio.
Daly, he was in before that caution. Roman Grosjean, again, very late in the snap on turn 2. But interestingly for me, it's going to be 1 or 2 cars between Connor Daly and the rest of the field. That's going to help Connor in the early few laps.
Yeah, that's a very nice position for Connor to be in. His car's obviously working well with not much traffic in front of him. Now he's got a completely clear road, so he's going to keep his head down, try and do a Dixon, stay out of harm's way. Those 2 cars will filter their way back and Dixon will then be behind him. I think then Dixon's sitting pretty. He's then behind someone else saving fuel, which is where you want to be. You don't want to necessarily be leading. And yeah, Conor Daly, wow, that's the luck. Twice in 2 consecutive pit stop strategies, pitting just before the yellow.
Who'd be a team owner. And we saw Emma as well. The nerves, having seen what had happened to Alex Perot in the first or the second caution, now almost the same fate for Scott Dixon.
He was a lap away, wasn't he? You could hear him dropping the clutch, coasting in, and as you say, you know, had that thing stalled, you know, through running out of fuel, he was in big problems. Now he sits in pretty in second. He knows he's got better pace than Daly, but to use your snakes and ladders, Daly just keeps hitting these ladders, doesn't he? He's like climbing up and up and up, and yeah.
He's filtering to the front. Track position is going to be really important now as we get into what we call the business stage of this race. Now, you picked a few drivers that you thought were sitting pretty. It's going to be really interesting now to see where those drivers end up in the next sequence and who'd be a team boss and a strategist around the pit stop sequence. We keep seeing cautions.
Yeah, and I think we're going to now, this is the start of the breed of the yellow on yellows. We're now in the second half and people are going to start taking risks. Grosjean obviously had a snap there, nothing you can do, you're just a passenger, but I guarantee that would have happened because he's tried to carry a bit more speed than normal because it's now trying to start to climb your way up. I'm still keeping an eye on Castor Neves. He's always there at the end. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully there's not too many yellows and we get some good quality racing.
Yeah, Santino Ferrucci.
Thanks, guys. As we're back up and running. Caution is still out then here at the Brickyard. Joshua Birch, Megan Birch and Josh Plays down in the pit lane for us as well. I'll tell you what, Josh, it's going to be a great race here as we're still under the caution and might be for some time.
Yeah, we've spent 7 minutes under Wilson for this current 31 minutes overall. Are we going down to the pit box?
We are indeed. Down to Mitra go.
I couldn't figure out what you were pointing at, but then I saw it after we saw the incident with Romain Grosjean.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there are any issues with tires here or not, but out of the corner of my eye, I just saw something flying, and then, you know, maybe 15 seconds later, the caution came out for Grosjean, and there was chunks of rubber sitting inside of turn 1, and then I saw some on the exit of 2, and, you know, that might be normal, but man, they looked a little bit bigger than normal. So these accidents seem to be happening late in the stint, right at the end. So I don't know. Maybe somebody
Possible
from pit road's
puncture.
got some eyes on some tires down there, but it's definitely turn 2's catching people out, and it always does every single year. Turn 2 is such a tough corner. The entry, you have to turn it in a little bit early, and there's a little bump in the middle, and it's the trickiest one.
Yeah, and I think the wind may be playing a bit of a role as well, as it has shifted from head-on down the front straightaway to now almost head-on into turn 2. So that wind is 16 to 20 mile an hour gusts, now right on the nose, pinning the nose as they enter turn 2.
Lap 111, run under yellow. Rutledge, what are you up to here in this beautiful facility?
Mike, I'm up here on top of the pagoda and got an incredible view of these 300,000 fans that are here today. They were on their feet when that local boy, Conor Daly, took over. You know, it reminds me of another local boy that showed up at this track when he was a young man. That'd be him right over there, Roger Penske. He showed up here when he was a boy and decided, man, I've got to be a part of racing. I love this. Here he is watching every single lap diff. He loves it still today. Amazing all the work he's done to put us here today.
His son Greg to his left, and what the...
Absolutely. Right, you're back with us up here. Josh, continue your point before we were interrupted by the pit box, guys.
Yeah, we've spent 33 minutes under course and overall 9 minutes.
Yeah.
An hour and 3 minutes under green. I'm just going to pop off quickly to do a quick Monaco review on one of my news radio stations.
No problem. Right. Yeah, of course. No worries at all. Go and enjoy as we're here for the Brickyard right now. And hopefully we're going to have a great rest of the race. And it's going to get fun, isn't it, Megs, as you come through? Was that nice chocolate biscuits? Because I had one as well. While Tom Gamer was talking, we had it. And we're coming to the green, so we're nearly getting ready. It's going to be a fun one, isn't it?
It is, and I've got to be up tomorrow and go out and put a consent form into college.
It's going to be a fun one. Coming to the green then, Conor Daly is going to lead us down the pit lane with Scott Dixon right behind as well.
If he wins.
I know. Don't talk to me about that. As well as they come out of the last corner then. Green flag, let's go again, and look at that move from Dixon, already taking the lead before we go green, and Daly's dropping back, as O'Ward hits the front. O'Ward takes the lead,
yes,
and Santino Ferrucci is going for second place. The American is in third, he backs out, but Pato O'Ward leads the Brickyard.
My one.
amazing! Unbelievable!
Maybe it's good that I chose O'Ward second.
I think it is. I honestly think it is. What drama, what great racing we're seeing as they come out of turn 3, down now towards the last corner at turn 4. It's going to be a lead lap, or is it? As Dixon moves to the inside just before we get to the yard of bricks to take the lead away from Pato O'Ward. And here comes on the inside, Rosenquist trying to get past Ferrucci now. The lead has changed once again. It's flipped upside down and we need Will Smith to talk us through it. Brilliant racing.
Right, so it is lap 114 of 200, though it feels like more. And it
feels immensely more, I can tell you that right now. Immensely more than 114. And this is amazing for Santino Ferrucci as well, who is its 4th Indy 500 start. Best finish was 4th in 2020, of course, 6th last year, 7th or better in every start right now as well, as it's more change right now, and Ferrucci gets down into 5th as Rosenquist moves up to 4th place. McLaren are knocking on the door. They won their 500 victory as a new team, but of course, not their first ever Indy 500 win. That came with Bruce McLaren.
Should I be scared because Rosenquist was my original pick?
Possibly.
Can I have either of them?
For next year. And
Both
he told me at the
McLarens.
beginning of the month, I know I need a good month. I need a good finish in the 500. So maybe a little more aggressive than normal. You're seeing out of that 7 car today. Rosenquist fighting for his job, he feels like, this afternoon.
That's because it could be Colton Herta moving in, and Rosenquist could actually not go to IndyCar. He could go back to Formula E because McLaren are moving, taking over the Mercedes seat there. Rosenquist could be moved back across to Formula E instead of being IndyCar.
I don't do Formula E.
I know. Well, you do. You step in every now and then, but not as much as IndyCar.
Not the same.
I know. Keep Rosenquist in IndyCar. It's where he's happiest. Further back, is that Sato being... Sato passing Ed Carpenter for 8th. And this on board with Connor Daly.
Hi.
That's... Contact with the 23 of Santino. Was it 23? Yeah, Santino Ferrucci.
That was quick, though probably painful.
Yeah, so Daly got past there, up into 3rd. Ferrucci down to 5th, O'Ward to 2nd, and now this is where it is. Now, as Danica Patrick pointed out as well just before, it seems to be turn 2 exit at the end of the stint is where we're having the most problems.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that when Josh gets back after the Monaco Grand Prix results on his radio station. He'll be back with us in the box as they come down pit road once again. Let's hear from Callum Ilott.
Wrapped up. How are you? That was a nasty looking crash.
It was a bit of a hard hit, and then I hit again on the inside, but all okay. They checked me over, and obviously a little bit of an issue with the right hand, but we'll see how it is in a couple of days. But yeah, big thanks to the safety team, obviously the safety barrier as well, but sorry for the team as well because, you know, it wasn't running too bad up until then.
Thank you. Good to see you're okay.
Yeah, he's got his wrist bandaged up on the right wrist as well, so that was probably the steering wheel whacking into him as well, which is unfortunate, but fingers crossed he's going to be okay when we go forward as well. It is lap 117 of the Indianapolis 500 here. 1 hour 40 minutes has elapsed, and still Dixon leads the way. O'Ward's closing him in. He's closing again, but can't be close enough in towards turn number 1.
It is like a train right now between all the drivers, and that is unnerving because they should be trying to overtake each other. It reminds me of the start of the race.
Isaac said as well, Dixon does it again. Nobody does fuel saving better than Dixon. He is crazy. And Synthel said, no, Ericsson as well. Ericsson did it too, but Dixon, 40 laps fuel saving. Unbelievable since his last pit stop. But now, of course, he stopped with the caution.
That is a lot of laps to go by when you're trying to save fuel.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when Ocon didn't pit at all.
It's getting out there as well, getting quite dramatic as it comes through. Just checking your percentage as it swings back.
Test 1 2.
Yeah, hello Josh, we can hear you as well. Now, when is the next pit stop strategy? Have you got that written down? I have to try to throw you into the deep end immediately, but when's the next pit stop?
Not yet. I'm just trying to juggle other media duties, trying to connect to that because it's not working. Let me have a quick look.
No worries. Get back to us when you know it. No rush. Lap 120 of 200. So, what is it, 80 to go? nobody cares until it's about 18 or 15 to go. The last laps of this race are going to be nerve-wracking as well to see who's going to take this Indy 500 win as Dixon holds off the back of O'Ward once again down the yard of bricks towards turn number 1. Blasting through.
That really is a good angle.
It's a great angle. Great. Right, go on, Josh, if you got it.
Yep, Daly is meant to pit in around 18 laps as he's last pitted 15 laps ago. Everyone else around him is on 12 laps, so just a couple of laps later than Daly. But of course, tactics will play, strategies will play with fuel saving. But that is around 20 laps time, 20 to 30 laps time, which would be 140 to 150.
So it could be, they're going to have to stop again. So splash and dashes in the last couple of laps will be crucial.
So we can expect a caution then?
Yeah, I would say if we had a caution around about lap 160, everyone will dive in and then they'll try and go to the end.
Yeah.
So we have a caution at lap 160 with 40 to go. If your lap is 34 laps, we know Dixon just did 40 on the run. This could be fun.
Which means by the end of it, they'll all be desperate to have another pit stop.
Well, as I said earlier on, Alexander Rossi, 36 laps en route to victory in 2016 on his last run after the caution. They blast down. There's the drone camera we were watching earlier as they fly down towards turn 1 across the yard of bricks. We are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the Indy 500 here as well, the 106th running of this event, and it is electric. The grandstands are packed. It is an absolute sellout for the first time since COVID. Over 400,000 surrounding the grandstands. There's another 100,000 odd in the infield section as well, with the RVs in there, and there's even more in the snake pit as well. Down pit road, through the field, starting with Kanan.
Officer of Chip Ganassi, the engineer, performance. The other engineer, Chip Ganassi Racing, IMSA DPI winner this year in Danielle, and she will be working on that car, trying to help them get to victory later today. It's been a lot of fun to watch. Who's trying to help TK win here again at the Brickyard? As for the 8 of Marcus Ericsson, his forte has been road courses. He was a Formula One driver and, of course, did so well before he came over here. Why IndyCar? There were opportunities over in Europe, but he said, this racing looks fun. I want to do it, and he's adapted to ovals, especially in his career, hoping to win the Indy 500 today. And Takuma Sato, already a 2-time winner here at the Brickyard. Remember, this place has been very friendly to him. Back when Sato was in Formula One, he stood on the podium here on the road course one day, Marty. It's always been friendly to Takuma.
Hey, Dave, a little while ago you heard Dale Jr. mention the wind has kind of shifted here, and that is playing havoc with Ed Carpenter in the 33 car back there. His biggest problem earlier in the race was turn 4, too much understeer. Now it's in turn 2, but you have to think, Kevin, as it gets hotter and slicker here at Indy today, that's going to play into Carpenter's hands.
Marty, don't count out that pink Auto Nation car of Simon Pagenaud in Sirius XM. Started 16th, has moved up to 10th. He told me this morning, the hotter the better. We just want to hang in there, and our chassis is good. We think we can be a player late in this race, Dave.
And Kevin, it's funny that Pagenaud likes it hotter because his teammate Castro Neves does as well, said that the hotter temps are going to be better. His strategist said that too. Adam Rovazzini likes it hotter because he thinks that helps the experienced guys like Elio know how to manipulate the balance and keep the tires underneath them. Elio wants a front wing change on the next stop. That'll be his first adjustment all day in this 06 car as he's charged from 27th to 11th. And behind him, a nice run for Sage Karam. Talked about his teammate Santino Ferrucci in the top 5. Sage, another one of the Dreyer and Reinbold cars, feels like this is his best shot ever in 8 starts at winning this race. They worked all month to get good in traffic, have a nice balance there, but the biggest help has been the addition of Santino, who helped develop their race car and in balance in race traffic, and so far it's paid off because both those cars, Santino and Sage, are running strong.
And Dylan, both Ferrucci and Karam like the same characteristics. They like the same car, but everybody should be put on alert by this guy.
Yeah, Cash Neves is right there as well as we finish through the field with NBC as well. And back onto the Bugs. Look at that, that's coming through. Josh, down to you.
Herta pits after 14 lap stint.
14?
Yeah.
Is he trying He's trying the undercut, isn't he? The extreme undercut. He's trying to find speed, isn't he?
Yeah, he did. If I go on here.
What's that? What's that? On the back of Hello Cash Neves, something's flapping around with the onboard camera. What is that?
What is it?
I'm not sure.
To his credit, has
something
not
just
said much
fell
about
off.
it, but what's interesting about that is he acknowledged it really early in this
Did
race.
you see that?
And he and the team opted to not do anything about it. He acknowledged it was loose.
Oh,
and
it's
they just
it's
left
the
it
drink
alone. So
hose.
he's had the opportunity throughout this race to get it reattached, but they wanted to save time on pit road, didn't readjust it, and we'll see if Elio's able to hang on to that race car here over the final 73 laps, but it is hot down here and in that cockpit.
I'm not sure if it's the drink hose or it's actually the air hose that's connected to the helmet so that for the drivers to get more air. And I guess it's incredibly hot in those cockpits as well. So IndyCar designed a sort of funnel that sits on the outside of the car and a tube that filters cool air into the driver's helmet so they have ventilation. But it's come loose. Look, the drink hose is still there, but the air hose is not. So he's going to be getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Wow.
What happens if he faints?
And that's well, Cash Neves is an old gun as well. He should be okay at this, but that's worrying. We'll keep an eye on that if he's got no air hose to give himself some cooling air here at the Brickyard. But sometimes it can be trouble because in one occasion we had a wasp in the helmet. And that caused an accident as well. So they're not perfect, but they are filtered now.
That's quite funny, actually.
Yeah, but one thing it did learn is that it made us that we put a filter in the air now because also we did one race with it and it rained and in the practice session all the water came through. So now there's a very tight filter on it. So the water got through and the bee got through. Now it
okay,
doesn't.
I've got to ask. One, did the driver get stung?
No, actually.
How? Did it die?
Yes, on impacts, I believe. I don't know, but the driver didn't get stung. That was just what I was heard when the Euro screen came in.
Second of all, when it rained, did you have water go in it and if he nearly drowned?
The water did come into the helmet as well.
Please note.
The heads got wet. Go on.
Please note that Megan was talking about the wasp, not the driver dying.
Yes, it was the wasp.
Yeah.
Just got to correct that. Thanks, John. As it came through as well. Lap 130
Both
of
would be a valid
200.
question.
70 laps to go. This is amazing. We've blown through this, haven't we? 2-hour mark coming up in 10 minutes. Sorry, Megs. It's going to go over 2 hours. Question is, can it go below 2 hours 30? I don't think it
37.
can. 2 hours 37. I don't think it can. So I think we
It
might.
better.
Last year was the fastest 500 on record. I don't think this year is going to be any of it as well.
Okay, I can work this out. I can work this out.
All right. Upright Fossil says, crazy busy today. Why is Herta 30th? He's just come into the pit lane after a 14-lap stint as well. So he's 2 laps down as well. So he's trying to do undercuts to try and get back on lead laps. But also, he crashed on carb day, as you know, I'm sure. And he's in his backup car today. And so it's just not working with him correctly. So he's had a poor 500 as Colton Herta.
How the hell did that happen?
Megan's windshield falls off, so I'll just mute that and get it all set up because she's got loads of dirt on it now as well. Out there as well. There we go. There you go. Back on goes your mic shield. How did that happen?
I really don't know.
Just looked down and it fell off.
Yeah, I just looked down at my phone screen. It was just like, I saw it come off. It was like...
Pit again.
Herta pits again. Okay, he's got a problem, hasn't he? Must have a problem. So, you were just asking there as well. So, please caution, says Synthel. No, this is exciting. We're in fuel strategy now. Herta pits again, and Ericsson's been passed as well. And actually, what happened there? Because we've got a driver falling down the field because where has Kanan gone? Kanan's gone to 6th. Okay, so that explains it. And Carpenter's gone to 9th. So that's the time screen increasing.
How many laps are left?
Well, we've done 132 and over 200 lap race. So something along the lines as well.
I'm just going to say 68.
So Upright says, and that is why I love you all. So busy with spring planting, opening the pool, and yeah, absolutely. Well, if you want a question answered, ask us. We'll update you, and you can go and update that. 45 minutes left of the race. We might just do it, you know. That takes us to 4:37, so it's close. Let's go down to Grosjean with Kevin Lee.
Car's fun. I don't know why. No warning on that corner. No issue. It was actually pretty good in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 was a bit more tricky, but 1 and 2 was pretty good. So I'm actually looking forward to go and see the data, try to understand, because I wasn't expecting anything bad on that corner, and obviously I spun without any warning. Thank you, Romain.
So, Romain Grosjean then. 3 victims down at turn 2. 3 cautions as well as Dixon continues to hold the advantage over O'Ward. Now 0.4. There's that fantastic camera angle through turn 1. It's on the outside wall. Laps led in Indy 500. On that last one, Scott Dixon now becomes the most experienced driver in the history of the 500. He has led 646 laps at the Brickyard. Al Unser, 644. So with Scott Dixon now doing 646, he becomes the most lapped driver in IndyCar history, completing the laps here in the lead. The most lead laps at the Brickyard history. 646, out on the rise. So that's Dixon already with the record.
At least he can feel accomplished when he leaves today.
Yeah, and I think he wants to win, though. Dixon wants to win. Absolutely.
44 minutes.
Yeah.
Josh?
Go on, Josh.
I'm just going to pop off and do some other media duties.
No worries, and let's go on pit road.
Remember on the last stop,
Marty Schneider
peeled off some downforce. They said, is it okay? Can we go more? He said, it's sketchy enough right now. And at the end of the run, that's where you're really hanging on. I think the biggest thing for Dixon right now is that the fuel game, Townsend, has really kind of equaled out. So now he can run hard. They know they can do it on the stops they need to do that are equal with the rest of the field. Dixon very happy with the handling, but hanging on at the moment.
And Colton Herta is officially out of the race. Colton Herta is out of the race with a mechanical problem. And Upright Foster says turn 2 has a weird wind as well, blowing into their face, and the nose goes up and down the rear end as well. Synthel saying Ferrari protest as well, and that is because of Ferrari are protesting Max Verstappen's pit lane. But there's Colton Herta, mechanical problem, Megs, and he's out of the race.
That is unfortunate. He's not had a very good time here on this particular IndyCar.
He was running okay up until carb day.
Yeah.
And then a backup car, mechanical, bye-bye.
It just didn't work out. He was on course being so good.
It's his road course car converted to oval. So of course it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
The tub was broken on the other one.
Right.
Listen to this.
Well, I'm going to clear this.
Yeah, just listen to that there before Tom Gamewell started. I just wanted to give you all a couple of seconds of IndyCars flashing by on the screen as well, just hearing them go through. It's so quick. It sounds like a ballistic missile flying past you.
And bees flying past your ears.
Yeah, bees, yeah. Actually, it is like bees, isn't it? On board with Helio Castroneves. He's P11 at the moment and looking strong. Can the old man do a 5-time Indy 500 win, making it the first in history? We're going to see, aren't we? It's a real strong one here. So much debris on the outskirts of this track, Megan. As you said as well, the driver's visor strips getting thrown up in the air.
Which I think is one day going to cause a massive problem.
Well, they wanted the drivers to keep them in the pockets as well. They were giving them a special pocket, but then they said if they crashed, they could stab the driver's legs. So they thought about a pouch in the car. There's no pouch, so they said, yeah, just go out and do it. They all get picked up, though, and they all get recycled.
Yeah, but what happens if someone
Sometimes,
gets it in?
Well, it's happened before, and the engine breaks. It overheats, so it's not good, but it usually happens. Into the pit lane comes the 33 of Ed Carpenter now, making a pit stop. And he's going to drop down to 21st position as things currently stand as well. But Scott Dixon, another record broken with the most laps led here now on the up. And we were commentating when it happened. Another record breaker.
So proud.
It's one of those days, isn't it? As it comes through. Good stop then from Ed Carpenter into the pit lane as well.
Right, so I'm going to read through the top 10. First is Dixon, second O'Ward, third Daly, fourth Rosenquist, fifth is Ferrucci, sixth Kanan, Ericsson is seventh, Sato eighth, ninth is Carpenter, and Pagano is in 10th.
And great compliment here, which is paid by Upright Fossil. Says so much analysis, so much better than those other guys, you know, the big broadcasters at NBC, I presume. Yeah. Well, we've got so much data in front of us, we might as well just spilt it out. And into the pit lane now comes Scott Dixon. So the race leader dives into the pits, and he now triggers the early pit stops. And that's
as soon as I say.
That's unusual for Dixon to come in this early. He had another 3 or 4 laps left So he's gone in early. Let's go down to pit road and see what we can hear.
Kept it out front this entire run. He did say this set of tires just not as good.
It's tires,
Everyone's
not
struggling
fuel.
with how hot this racetrack is getting. They in fact asked Dixon, can you peel off more downforce? He said it's sketchy enough the way it is right now. Those firestones going on. Drivers also asking for a tear off. You saw that.
Oh, it's a long fuel stop as well for Dixon, so I think he's maxed out. He wants to go to around about lap 180 and hope there's a caution. You don't want to pit with 20 to go.
You really don't. I think he's really hoping for a caution, and I think if you don't get it, he's going to cause one for someone else.
And Daly now pits. O'Ward has stayed out there, so has Rosenquist. So Conor Daly now filters into the pit lane as well. So he loses the lead. He doesn't even lead a lap because he peeled off. So it's really annoying, but that means O'Ward officially does it. Dalton Kelly in the pit lane as well. It's a slow stop on Ed Carpenter. That's because they were under no pressure. They have maxed out that fuel. 7.7 seconds. Kelly was 9.9, but they have maxed out Conor Daly on fuel. And we know they like to do it. They did it last year when they were leading so many of the runs as well. Problem is now, we're into that time of the race. Are we going to see cautions come out? This is the third pit stop round.
I hope not.
As well of greens. And does Daly get out ahead of Dixon? Dixon rounds turn 2. He's up to speed, but so is Daly. Daly's on cold tires. Dixon keeps the net lead of the 106th running of the Indy 500. So that worked out perfectly in terms of the fuel strategy. Now, another 34 laps for Dixon, roughly in the fuel window.
Oh, that's a bit slow.
That would take him to lap 180. That would take him to lap 160, wouldn't it? Where Josh Plays was talking about. So that's lap 160. 36
most likely,
laps.
yeah.
Maybe 170. So that's Dixon trying to go the long run. Into the pit lane as well. Several of the cars. Our timing screen froze. It's this one here, look.
That was slow from Felix Rosenquist there. A very slow
yeah,
stop.
Karam's in as well. Dylan DiFrancesco, 12.4. He's had a worse stop as well. But will O'Ward come out ahead? He does! O'Ward comes out ahead of Scott Dixon. And can he keep it? McLaren have done a brilliant one, but Dixon swings to the outside line and can't get ahead. McLaren might have done the overcut and have got O'Ward into the net lead of the race. They kept him out 2 laps longer, but he's still got cold tyres compared to Dixon. Dixon now in the slipstream, down the start-finish straight, across the outer bricks. Dixon moves to the outside line, and Dixon takes the lead. And O'Ward drops to second, but crucially, Megan, it's Daly in 4th, and here comes Montoya.
Sato and Pagenaud pit, as well as Kanan.
They're all in, and that's O'Ward. That's O'Ward there. There is Rosenquist.
Hey.
Oh, O'Ward keeps the lead, I think. I might have called that one a bit wrong there. I can't tell. The timing screens have stopped. Timing screens have stopped dead. We're relying on pictures. This is Graham Rahal into the pits. And then, okay, stop. Now Tony Kanan in as well. Kanan's left with a 7.2. Sato 11.9. Pagenaud is on 7.3. McLaughlin, the quickest of the day, 6.7. McCulkers is having a long stop, 9.9. Longard, 8.4. Andretti, 7.5. Newgarden, long stop, 9.6. And Ericsson, Cash Evans and Rossi coming in now. Changes over at the front. We're over the 2-hour mark. And it's all hell breaking loose again, Megan.
This is not good, though. I will calculate right now how long we have until...
Ericsson stopped. Now, Cash Evans did a 7.2 second stop as well, but who's in the lead of the race? That's what we're trying to find out. This is a green flag, a pit stop at the moment. Traffic. Jimmy Johnson's up to 7th and comes into the pit lane as well. Ericsson pits as well. So Alex Palou takes the lead, but he's on the alternate strategy as well, from the back to the front, and got the penalty for pitting underneath the greens. He pitted under the safety car, didn't he, on the first caution. So Palou got sent to the back of the field. Now he's in the pit lane again. So Ericsson hasn't stopped yet.
I could have sworn I saw a lock-up.
Has Ericsson stopped? No.
Not in a while.
We're trying to... The order's still rejigging itself, because on one timing screen, it's showing Marcus Ericsson. Now it's showing Scott Dixon in second. I reckon Dixon's got the lead. It's still showing O'Ward.
If there's no cautions, that's how long we have
35 minutes to go, which means we'll beat the record by a minute. As things stand, this could be the fastest Indy 500 on record by a minute compared to last year's race. Dalton Kellett gets out of the way of Pato O'Ward. We have the correct order. Pato O'Ward leads, Dixon second, Rosenquist third, Daly fourth, Ferrucci fifth. So Pato O'Ward does keep the lead of the Indy 500. A great pit stop by McLaren have put O'Ward first, Rosenquist third.
I don't know whether to be happy or not, because I kind of also want Dixon to also win, because I feel bad about it.
It's a day for Mexicans.
But my original one...
Nearly bringing the whole box down.
My original choice is third, so I feel like he's going to kick me in the teeth and, be first.
Well, it's a day for Mexicans. Sergio Perez won in Monaco. Now Pato O'Ward leads the Indy 500. Is it time for Mexico to sweep the Triple Crown and do the double? We'll find out shortly. McLaren look okay on the pit wall, and that is Zach Brown, who hasn't been in Monaco today. He's been at the Indy 500, and he watched the Monaco Grand Prix in his hotel room this morning, and he was even plugged in to the team's radio that he got on the call and brought with him to make the big decisions.
Right, so lap 150 of 200, which means we're at the 75% mark.
This is where it starts to get crucial. These last 50 laps, this is it. This is the 500 right here as well. This is where we start going a bit crazy, as it's 50 laps to go. Let's go to the chat as well. Synthel says 15 points in the top three in F1. Would be a shame if Max and Checo get penalised because they slightly crossed the pit lane exit line. We'll keep an eye on that and update you in the Grand Prix review at 11 o'clock tonight if we have anything. The Little Hour says it's the letter of the law, I suppose. Can someone post the official wording on that rule regarding crossing the line? It'll be a penalty, of a time penalty if it gets added in. Upright Foster says, Ad Synthel, is that really a protest? I saw it live and they brushed it off as if nothing. Yet they've protested it again, but both Red Bulls it has been confirmed against. But because it's a protest, we won't have any official news until a hearing can take place. They can't just issue a penalty post-race at the moment because it wasn't investigated during the race. So it'll have to be brought up at the International Court of Law. So this could take a little bit of a time now for go through. Synthel says, I want a caution. Well, we're 50 to go.
I don't. I want this to be the quickest one.
Right now, we need to... Oh, no! Synthel, what have we done? Full course cautions out here at the Brickyard. Is it turn two? Is it turn two? Where's this one then? Is it caution? Oh, it's Scott McLaughlin. It's Scott McLaughlin who's hit the wall, and I've gone quiet in the box because if you joined us earlier on, Megan did her hand of curse and picked Scott McLaughlin. And every single time Megan is in the commentary box, Scott McLaughlin crashes. Every single time you're in the IndyCar box, he crashes. Don't know where you're going. Come back here. Come back here. The championship contender is out of the race. And the AMR safety team go with him. And Synthel says, oh, what a timing. I think that's called... Not only one commentator, I did it, you did it, and Synthel did it. That's 3 times the commentator's curse that has just taken place on lap 151 of the 500. That's us. That's on us. I'll hold my hands up. That is absolutely on us. And I'm mainly blaming... I'm mainly blaming Synthel. He said, I want a caution. I said it. You picked McLaughlin.
I picked who it was going to be.
Well...
He was the last one I picked as well. I think he might be the only one I picked.
It was the only one he picked. So it's yours two fault. It's Synthel's and it's Megan's faults for this caution. Megan picked McLaughlin a while ago.
We're sorry.
And then Synthel said, I want a caution. And then the ultimate commentator's curse when all 3 commentators say it. And this is out of turn 3. Oh, it's a heavy one into the wall, Megan. It's that snap of oversteer. It whacks into the wall at turn... Is it turn 3 or turn 4? It's turn 4, Megs. Exit as well. That's a heavy crash. He's had 2 impacts, Megan. Oh! Almost hit Takuma Sato in the process. My God.
Do you know what's funny?
Watch how close. No, what was quickly. So he hit the wall exit turn 3, goes straight across the grass. Look how close Sato is. There goes Sato.
Do you want to know something funny? Sato was next to McLaughlin when I made that choice.
He was.
And my finger was kind of on him too.
He was nearly close to him again. So Scott McLaughlin retires from this race. And... the best finish last year was 20th in his debut year. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2021. 4-time Supercar champion, the 2019 Bathurst winner. And they're putting fluid down here. We might go red for this, you know, as Dalton Kellett comes into the pit lane.
We're not going to be the quickest one, are we?
No. Carl's coming into the pit lane. We're going to drop further down on the broadcast board because we've got Dalton Kellett coming into the pit lane, as is Newgarden, Harvey, Andretti, Johnson as well. They're all coming in from the bottom half of the field. Caution's out, and they might go red if this track needs barrier repairs. So the battle's still going on, as I think we're going to go down to the studio with Tom Gaymore in a second. There's the top then, into the pit lane. Several cars are in, Kellett, Johnson, Andretti, Harvey, Newgarden coming in. And it was such a whack. He hit the inside curve, got a whack out of turn 3, drifted him into the wall, and then the speed just carries him through. Exit 3 hits the wall just at the end of the safer barrier, breezes through 4, and Sato was so lucky again. What is it with Takuma Sato and the crashes we have? He got sideswiped by Heidfeld in Austria in 2002, and then he nearly got sideswiped again here. Just a cigarette's paper. That was so close, and a big accident for McLaughlin. Still under the caution.
Big hit.
Yeah. I Write Books says as well, hello everyone, another caution. I can see the car against the wall. I'm on the front stretch. Warm, light breeze, and a nice respite as well. Adam Lemrich says no. Synthel says, don't blame me. Yeah, maybe. Oh, 2 big impacts. Oh, right, Foster says, oh my, I wanted Toto, so we are all losers here. It looks to be. Josh, you missed it. Don't know if you heard, but Synthel put in the chat, I want a caution. And as soon as that happened, the caution came out. And it was Scott.
I was watching it on the live stream, and I saw timing yellow.
And of course, Megan's picked her curse of Scott McLaughlin earlier on in the race, but she's already been cursing her. Megan's already been cursing Scott McLaughlin this entire season ever since she started IndyCar last year. So Scott McLaughlin is the new Brendan Hartley, because Megan used to curse Brendan Hartley every single weekend at the moment here as we circulate. What's important now is that, are we going to have another pit stop? Because they've only just gone through a green flag stop. Do they come in and go again for more fuel and tyres? Or do they just go in to top up on fuel and try and extend the run? The track temperature's getting hotter. Tyres are blistering. And that is one destroyed Chevy Penske, Josh.
Yeah, that is. As it goes down pit road.
I think it's actually I think it's on the F1 pit lane, isn't it? I can't tell where it is actually on that board. I think it might even be on the start line for all I know. Where is that? It is. It's on the start line. It's not even in the pit lane yet. Oh, there's the snake pit. All the people coming into the Brickyard don't even know there's a race going on there. They really don't. It's the biggest party atmosphere in Indianapolis right now. They're all there, and they don't even know there's a race going on. There's just DJs there. I don't know why they bother. These people here, they're massive fans. The people lining the track, watching the race as well. Right, Kevin Lee is Colton Herta.
Well, unfortunately, a brand new race car, so no one was certain what it was going to be for Colton Herta, and unfortunately, it was a handful. Ultimately, what ended your day?
We just weren't fast enough. They parked us because we were slow, and yeah, it was a handful. We were so loose, loose as I've ever been on an oval like that. So it wasn't a lot of fun, but yeah, disappointing. Happy that that Gamebridge and Honda were part of this, but it sucks that we weren't able to finish. And yeah, now all you can really think about is what if Friday didn't happen? What would have? So it's disappointing.
Thank you, Colton.
Yeah, and Colton Herta then, Josh, out of the race, parked because he was too slow. Haven't heard that one before, have we? As they cut through.
Was that a request from race control?
Yes, it was. Yeah, they told him to park. He got black flagged. Okay, let's go down to the studio. Tom Gaymore with Max Chilton.
Scott Dixon fans. Most laps led ever now in Indy 500 history. He's just surpassed the great late Al Unser.
Yeah, it just shows the quality of Scott Dixon. He's now the leader of the most laps led, but only has one and I say only loosely, only one Indianapolis 500. Interestingly, Elio Castroneves isn't even in the top 10 of laps led, yet he has 4. So it just shows you Dixon has had some bad luck here over many years. So today, hopefully, he'll be able to turn that around.
Yeah, Helio has actually led half the amount, 50% of the laps that Scott Dixon has led, and he's got 4 wins. Montoya's led 193, which is almost a fifth of what Scott Dixon has.
Shows what a cruel mistress the place can be.
Yeah, they always say you don't win the Indy 500. The Indy 500 chooses you. It's very much the same as Le Mans. That record will mean nothing to him unless he can get past Pato O'Ward, because he wants to. As much as Chip Ganassi wants to win again, he wants to. Scott Dixon, with all the championships that he's got to his name, he wants another Indy 500.
Yeah, I've got to know Scott well over the last 7 years. He's a good friend of mine, and he would openly admit he would drop all of those 6 titles to have another Indianapolis 500 win under his belt. You don't get introduced in America usually as a 6-time IndyCar champion. You get introduced, and he still only gets introduced as a Indy 500 winner. That's how special this race is.
And such is the strength of Arrow McLaren SP at the moment. He's not going to have it all his own way, because it's all very well looking at Pato O'Ward, but he's going to have Felix Rosenqvist crawling all over the back of him. Connor Daly's still there. So ever since Connor's made it to the front in that ECR car, he's still there.
Oh, it's beautifully poised now. One more stop to go. Probably, do you think most of them will come pit at the end of this window? I don't know. But it's going to, it's going to be a fantastic finish.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing that will mix it up, is who's going to pit now after this and take the risk that they can get to the end. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another yellow. So if I was outside the top 15, I would definitely pit now.
Someone's got to roll the dice. How many laps did Rossi do in 2016?
34, 36, yeah.
I can't remember. He was coughing.
49.
Yeah, he was coughing out of turn 4 almost.
Yeah, it was 36 laps, wasn't it, Josh? We've been saying that all race as well, that he looks like he's got that strategy. But as we're getting ready to come back to the green flag as well, Adam says, I was hoping McLaughlin... Yeah, say again? Sato pitch, yeah. Sato into the pit. So I write books said a while back he's got a little bit of a respite down there as he's on the front straightaway. Welcome to it. Synthil says, when I saw yellow flashing when he read my comment, I thought, no way. It was yes way, in fact. Yep, you caused it. Adam says, I was hoping McLaughlin would do good today. I was too, but the 4-time supercar champion from Hamilton in New Zealand is out of the race. And Upright Fossil said 3,000 people baking in the summer heat of my humidity in my old town. Someone says, and I was hoping VeeKay would do good today. Then I was hoping Grosjean would do good today. Now I'm hoping Ericsson would do good today. Stop cursing my pick a winner. Marcus isn't sick. Let's go down to
looking at what kind of changes are made and how does that affect the car. Are they making the right changes at this point in time, or are they going backwards?
I think this caution absolutely opens up a lot of different strategies for guys that are in the back half of the field. And also Dixon, he's been pulling downforce off that car, and he's lost the lead. He needs that clean air.
Yeah, here we go then. Coming to the green flag for the Indy 500. It's going to be Pato O'Ward leading out the last corner once again. Dixon in second. Watch out for him on the Demon restart. And then we've got Rosenqvist, Daly in there as well. It's all to play for. In fact, is that Daly in third? No. Ferrucci's in the way. Green flag again here at the Brickyard, and away we go as we get a good restart from O'Ward as we head down towards turn 1 and 2. Meyer Shanks in the wall together as well as Castroneves battling with Pagenaud. Dixon takes the lead in the front. Rosenqvist goes to third. McLaren 2-3 at the moment as they hurtle round turn 1. Remember what we say, yellows breed yellows, and there's nothing more dangerous than a restart here in Indy, is there? As Will Power side by side through 2 has to back out of it as he was being pushed out wide. Great restart from everyone as they head down the Brickyard. And on the grass was Graham Rahal. Wow, Rossi was in trouble there as well, to 6th.
Hey guys, let's talk about Alex Palou.
I was in trouble there, turned down on me as well. This is fantastic stuff. One more lap complete. Now on to lap 160 and 240 laps to go. Look at Ericsson going for a move. And Ericsson goes through. Don't know if that was a lapped car or not. We can't tell. at the inside, but so many cars in the grass as well. Palou's up to 12th. Cara's down there in the order as well. As up the inside, another dive bomb maneuver from Joseph Newgarden. We haven't talked about him much today at the moment, but Newgarden is making his presence known. As now around the outside as well, the rocket car at the 14. Now trying to swing round the outside then of Kyle Kirkwood to make up a couple of positions up to 14th passing stage Karen. What a restart, Josh.
Indeed, just having a look side by side. Here's a replay, Josh.
Yep, here we go in the top of the picture. And this is Rossi touching the grass on the inside line and getting super duper close, but it was even closer further back with cars actually on the grass.
Just having a look, 15 laps until Dixon needs to pit again.
And Award goes to the inside line at turn 3 and takes the lead in the 500. Top dog throws up the hands as well in the air as they keep through. Award leads a lap again in the Brickyard. Dixon down to 2nd, Rosenquist 3rd. Ericsson down to 5th now. I say there's a blue flag flying.
39 to go.
And how about this run from...
Yeah, just listen to those cars fly by. Always like giving the opportunities to listen to it as well. Synthel says, don't worry, Ericsson won't crash. Insert dramatic slow-mo of me saying the jinx. And no, seriously, I got a good feeling for Ericsson, says Synthel as well. Rossi's now going close. He's in P6. The winner back in 2016. The rookie winner of the 100th running in the Indy 500. Looking to do it again. But Cash Neves, look at that, Josh. He's moved to the top 10. The dream season might just continue with the fight for 5.
Yeah, just having a look, a bit of a pizza break up. Are you sure we're not in Monaco, Josh?
It seems like it at the moment. The direction is around the outside. Dixon tried to go for the move and Award. Award shut the door. That's put Dixon under pressure from Felix Rosenquist. It could be an hour McLaren 1-2. And where's Montoya in the 3rd McLaren? He's down in 13th place and looking for some, but Dixon's under real stride now. And I'm just reminded as well, actually, as we're seeing Cash Neves battling now with Simon Pagenaud, his own teammates, and Maya Shank. This could be the day that Mexico do the double, the Indy 500 with Pato Award and the Monaco Grand Prix with Sergio Perez. Ben Schneider as well has reminded us that back in 2018, Ricciardo won Monaco for Australia. And then, of course, the victory in 2018 went to, name escapes me, Willpower won there that year as well. Or I thought it was a New Zealander. No, Australia. Power won, back in 2018. So I did get my stats right there. I'm using my brain. And Ben's reminding me who it is as well. On lap 164 of the race then. Megan's going to be back with us in just a second. I can hear her running from the commentary box now at the moment as they come through. And Josh, this is the tense point now because we're going to go into fuel runs. 2 seconds, pit lane.
As of today, and I know that Pato Award knows that.
Oh, it's Hinchcliffe. I thought it was pit road. Dixon goes to the inside, and Dixon takes the lead to a massive cheer at the front. And it's happening again. Tailgate racing. This is great racing, isn't it, here at the Brickyard, Josh?
Some debris looks like it just flew off Award or Dixon.
Oh, and that could have been kicked up from the track, or is there a problem with it? We'll keep an eye out. As how many laps to go now until Dixon has to stop again? What time did you predict it?
Around 10 to 15, no, 12 to 15 laps. Dixon, 12 laps.
Dixon.
Award, 13 to 15 laps.
So still got a lot of run then here on the green as they head in towards turn 1. Let's take a look at the career wins. Current running order, Dixon with the most in history, the most in the field, I should say, at 51. Leading the race, Award has 3. Rosenquist has 1 race win. Daly's never won a race win here as Ericsson's got 2. Rossi 7. Kanan 17. Ferrucci has never won a race. Pagenaud's 115. Cash Neves 31. And of course, in terms of Brickyard wins, Dixon has 1 here. Rossi has 1 here, Kanan's 1 here, Pagenaud's 1 here, and Cash-Neves has 1 here inside the top 10. So it's a lot of winners there that know what they're doing. Experience is key here at Indy.
Yeah, 3 temps separate, 2.5 temps now separate Dixon and Award, but that doesn't matter because it will close or extend very far in a matter of seconds because it's an oval.
Yeah, and let's go down pit road. Scott McLaughlin.
Certainly just bruised ego.
really gutted for everyone on the Pennzoil Chevy. We had a fast race car today, and it's coming up through the pack, and we were running really strong there. And I just got caught by a gust of wind, and just hadn't been in clean air for a while, and it just caught me, and it snapped around, hit the fence, and then the worst hit was probably the second hit. So you got his first crash here, but unfortunately, it's how it happens, and really gutted for everyone.
Scott. Going to have big points implications as well, unfortunately, for the one-time.
Yeah, and that's back on the back up as well as we return up to the comms box cameras as things stand as well. This is a lot of pressure, a lot of action now coming up to lap 170 of 200 here. And we're getting into the business stages of this race pit lane.
For Ed Carpenter Racing, his blue and gold Bit Nile car just ahead of Marcus Ericsson.
Yeah, that's all we heard then. Okay, thought we were going to hear more. Dixon, 2 tenths ahead of O'Ward, now 3 tenths. It's closing a dramatic up and down constantly as well. We're in for a showdown here, aren't we, Josh? With coming up to 30 to go.
I think Dixon is aiming as Ed Carpenter comes in to the pit. I think he's aiming for 180 to pit for 20 laps. Splash and dust, maybe.
Looks like it. They need a caution on that run. They do need caution to come out anytime between lap 170 and lap 180. So for the next 10 laps, there must be a caution. Otherwise, they're all going to be really doing green flag pit stops, and it just gets confusing. And Carpenter is going to try and take it 30 laps to the end of the race. So he's fueled up, tyres, and go. Carpenter's good now. That's his last stop of the day. He's going to try and go to the front, is the local lad.
Yeah, Connor Daly was a wild card. So
yes.
It would be amazing if he won. But I think the Dixon Award and the past winners have got it in the bag. As we said, Caston Neves down in 10 won't be able to get the fifth time winning here at Indy 500 this year. But that doesn't mean that he can get it in the near future.
Don't count him out yet. Do not count him out. He's made it up to 10th with 30 to go. We could easily do it here at the Brickyard to come in as well. Dixon leads, O'Ward second after the restart. Into the pit lane, as we said, came Ed Carpenter. We're getting close to the pits run. 30 to go here. Only one more shoot. Whether or not we'll have a pit stop or yellow, we don't know. Dixon, O'Ward, Rosenquist, Daly, Ericsson. It's getting good, isn't it now, Megs? The tension's rising.
It is. Only 30 laps to go.
Oh. Who's going to win?
O'Ward?
You're saying O'Ward. I'm going Ericsson still. Although
yes, the guy in 5th.
I'm still looking at Caston Neves in P10. I was just talking to Josh as well about it. Caston Neves still P10.
You do realise the person who I originally picked is in 3rd.
Rosenquist. Well, if Rosenquist wins, we'll count that pick a winner. You've got both the McLarens.
Woo!
So either of the McLarens could win.
McLaren.
If Dixon wins from pole position, though, I'd be interested to know if that's ever been done before. I'm checking my notes here at the moment up in the comments box, but I don't think it's ever been done. A pole position to win as well. Double checking. The race has never been won from starting positions 18, 23, 24, 26, 30, 31, 32 or 33. And driver to lead lap 190 has failed to win 8 of the last 11 Indy 500s. As into pit road comes Felix Rosenquist. So is this part of the strategy, Josh, or is this too early for Rosenquist?
Just having a look. Rosenquist. Number 7, just having...
no worries. Kellett pits too from the back, so that releases in Daly into
29 laps Rosenquist had past Stint.
18 minutes.
Not bad, and with 28 to go, it should be okay. 18 minutes. Oh, with that caution, then it's not good. It's not going to be the fastest Indy 500 on record. So last year's does stand as a record. And Rossi pits. Rossi dives into the pit lane then. So now we're seeing the big hitters decide now is the opportunity to go in and change their tyres. Kellett did an 8.5 second stop as well. Rossi into the pits. How long's his fuel going to be on for? Is it going to be over 9 seconds? That's the question. Is he going to fuel the entire tank up? It's a slow one, actually. Rossi was only stationary for 6.9 seconds. That was a splash and dash. 6.9.
Maybe he only needs it.
For 30 laps, though. That's Rossi.
Maybe he already had a bigger pit stop.
if he's got fuel in the tank, then yeah. But for Rossi, that's a slow one. Considering 2016, he did 36 laps on those tyres. To go 27 with a splash and dash, it's weird. There's Rosenquist a lap down.
Dixon ever won one?
Yes, Dixon won back in 2008, sorry.
Has O'Ward?
O'Ward has never won.
No,
Dixon
O'Ward wins.
Yeah, Dixon won the Indy 500 back in 2008 as well. Montoya in the pits, yeah. So that was on time as well. As he comes down pit road, we'll tell you how quick he is. He's into the stops now. 3 seconds gone. As now, is that, who is that in the front? That's Rossi, isn't it? Just pitted. Who's now in danger of going a lap down. He can't go a lap down. 8.3 seconds for Montoya. So he's going to try a longer fuel strategy with 26 to go. This is it, though. This is the business lap.
Daily pits.
Here we go. Into the pit lane yet. Scott Dixon in to the pit lane. Ferrucci pits too. And Dixon, did he get stopped on time? He looked a bit squiggly in the back. If he didn't hit pit limiter in time, he might get a penalty. He was looking too quick behind that line.
I really hope he doesn't get a penalty. It says he's in the pits, so...
Well, O'Ward has gone round again, and Ericsson's gone round, Canard's gone round, so there's going to be a different green flag pit stop as well. Into the pits comes Scott Dixon. It's going to be a new set of stickers as well. The primaries go on, a new aero screen tint, and it's a long stop, 6 seconds. A lot of fuel then, but it's actually slower than that of Rossi. So, but Dixon had more fuel earlier on in the race, so he's definitely got some in the tank.
I wonder why he did that. It's just confusing. Longard pits.
Upright Fossil says O'Ward for the win as well.
Kirkwood pits.
Kirkwood, yeah, and they're all coming in, but the question is, where is Rosenquist? Rosenquist coming up. Rosenquist takes the lead of the race away from Dixon. That's important because Dixon was too slow at the exit of the pit lane. The undercut has not worked. The undercut has worked. Rossi is now into the pit lane as well, but look at that. Rosenquist leads the 500 as Dixon's in the pit lane. He didn't do it. Is that Dixon? O'Ward pits and Dixon's back in the pit lane. Dixon's been served a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Is my original pick seriously leading?
Dixon's race has gone to pot. He's in the pits. And it now goes to Rosenquist.
My original pick is leading.
It's a drive-through penalty for Scott Dixon for speeding in the pit lane. So, Dixon's out of the race running. It will not be a two-time win. And it's now O'Ward into the lead. Pits. Simon Passion leads for Meyershank Racing. It's a long fuel stop as well for O'Ward in 7 seconds. Ericsson in 8.4. McCulkers and Francesco in.
Is my first pick seriously leading?
On the net, it is Felix Rosenquist who leads. He comes out and takes the lap back. Rosenquist leads the 500. It's official. He's done it. Rosenquist leads. And what do you do?
When did he pit last?
It's a McLaren 1-2.
When did he pit?
Rosenquist last pit stop. 172. 179. He's gone enough to the end.
He doesn't need to.
It's the net lead that goes to Rosenquist.
Either way, I'm getting points.
The net lead goes to Rosenquist. I can't believe it. Dixon speeding in the pit lane. I told you. Dixon never got the brakes on. He was too fast over the white line. He got a drive-through penalty for it. That's put Dixon out of the race. And now it's changed everything. The 3 runners at the front, VeeKay, Palou, and Dixon, early on this race, are all out of it. It's a completely new ballpark. And Castroneves is 4th. And if we have a caution, Castroneves could win for a 5th time. We're at lap 180. If a caution comes out, watch out for Castroneves.
Yeah, though I really want either O'Ward or Rosenquist to win. So, sorry, Castroneves. But we're not going to have 2 record-breaking things.
Jimmy Johnson, 8th.
Jimmy Johnson, good spot. Josh, look at that. Jimmy Johnson is up into 8th place. I need a break on my voice. My goodness me.
How is Rosenquist going to get up there, though? Because he's only got the net lead.
What? I have a coughing fit, but
yeah.
Once everyone pits, he'll have the net lead. But the question is the undercut working? Rosenquist needs to go flat out now and not lift until the end of the race and pray there's no caution. If there's a caution before Rosenquist takes the lead, it's done. It won't work out.
He's got to take the lead.
Ericsson's under pressure. Ericsson's attacking the back of Pato O'Ward, and Ericsson goes round the outside of O'Ward. Ericsson takes second position in the 500.
Do not pass Rosenquist.
Ericsson and Chim Ganassi take second. My pick a winner.
Newgard and Power Pip.
And that's changed him over now as well. Look at Marcus Ericsson. He was my dark horse pick in qualifying, and he's on the move now with 19 to go. This is brilliant. How good do we know IndyCar?
This is not over.
I picked Ericsson a week ago today to win the 500 at the end of the qualifying broadcast, and now he's second with 18 to go, and he's catching Rosenquist. Ericsson could just go and do this.
Don't.
Into turn 1.
I do not pass Rosenquist.
Tony Kanaan gets a couple more laps under the books as the official lead of the race before coming into the pit lane. And Ericsson's closing down Rosenquist, hand over fist as well.
Run!
Megan's waiting out, but I'm delighted with this one.
Yeah, well, my guys are on either side of yours. They can even just sandwich him into a wall.
Into turn 4 we go. Rosenquist holding through as well. This is looking fantastic as we come off turn 4, banking. Down the start-finish line we go.
See, your guys sandwich.
And Ericsson goes to the inside.
Do that.
Marcus Ericsson leads the Indy 500. I can't believe it.
Felix.
I picked him a week ago to win as a dark horse, and he's only gone and doing it. But has he got enough fuel? Can he take it to the end? Rosenquist seems to be saving fuel, and now here comes Pato O'Ward to take through. Major drama here in the 500. News update. I'm right.
News update. My guys could still win.
If you pulls this off, Joss, it will be amazing.
If I put, honestly, I'll live it down for the rest of the life. He's got trouble though. Now he's going to put cars between them. He's got cars between them with 70 to go. Come on, Marcus. I know I shouldn't be biased, but he was my pick a winner a week ago, and I'm being biased in the box now. I want Marcus to win this one. Chim Ganassi to win this one. It's getting close. It's written in the stars as there's debris on the back straight away.
Pellew and Castroneves pit.
And that changed the net lead again. That's crucial. So can Pellew get out in the net lead, or is that going to work out? It still might not be. It's the net lead at the moment. It's not the overall race lead. There is Ericsson. Where's Pellew? Pellew's coming at the exit of turn 1 now. He's still in the pit lane as they come through. Ericsson clear air with 16 to go in the 500. Keep it calm. And the Husky Hot Chocolate as well car, who won a race in Nashville, Tennessee, could win the 500. Just keep it calm. Keep it on the deck. Now we're coming up to 15 laps to go, and that's the crunch point. Your new race leader goes through, as it, according to my monitor, Marco Andretti and Jimmy Johnson 1-2 at the moment, with Pellew, Castroneves and Ericsson 5th, but Ericsson up to 3rd. Ericsson has the net lead of the race.
Okay, Pato, Felix, you better get quick and pass Ericsson.
McLaren are stuck in traffic. They're stuck in traffic, and they've got Sato coming up, and Kanaan's coming up in the order 2 right now as well. It's all happening with traffic as well. 15 to go at the Brickyard. And it's Ericsson's to lose. What? Oh, a post-race fine for car 6, equipment out of box, and that is Helio Castroneves with a post-race fine for the team, not the driver. So I'd just like to point that out right now as well. But honestly, USRN are probably going, how did Josh get this one right? I said it a week ago here on YouTube. He was my outside win.
Why are they focusing on the back of O'Ward?
Well, he's just past Sato for 4th.
No, why did they put a circle around his back wing?
Looks like it could be flexing a little bit. Looks okay to me. Sato, O'Ward now up to 4th. He's past Sato. Sato is trying to go long into it as well. Jimmy Johnson is running in 2nd position in this 500 with 14 to go. Now, by the way, 2:35 coming up in 2:36. It means we're not going to run the record breaker, unfortunately. But
it's not over.
But, well, we're not going to get 13 laps.
And Johnson due to pit.
Yeah, when are they going to pit? That's the question. When is Andretti?
It's not over because my guy is directly behind yours.
Let's just savor the moment that an Andretti leads the 500 once again. It's not since 1969, and Mario Andretti has anyone with the Andretti name won at this circuit, and it could be that we could see something, but it hasn't pitted in 34 laps. That's the fuel run. They can't take it 49.
Maybe they should stop naming their kids with first letter M because none of them have won.
Jimmy Johnson is going to lead a lap of the Indy 500 across the line of bricks. Jimmy Johnson leads the Indy 500. Let's just take that. A 7-time NASCAR champion, his first ever race at the Brickyard. Jimmy Johnson has got a lap leading. Round of applause, Jimmy. Round of applause and a salute. Unbelievable. And he's going to lead. I think he's going to pit this lap, isn't he? He's done it, though. Jimmy Johnson has led a lap at the Brickyard. That's all we needed to know.
Your guy needs to get slower.
Ericsson is 3 seconds ahead of O'Ward. Johnson pits, but he's led a lap at the Brickyard. Well done, Jimmy. Well done. Everybody was proud and happy to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, officially, Marcus Ericsson takes the lead of the Indianapolis 500, and he's got a big gap to O'Ward. And now look at that as well. Kanaan has cleared the back. Kanaan's going through to try and catch O'Ward. So Tony Kanaan's on the move now as well.
But so is Rosenquist. And O'Ward.
Rosenquist hasn't cleared the traffic.
Rosenquist can.
Oh, this is close.
He's there.
This is really, really close. O'Ward second at the moment, and Kanaan third. Rosenquist down to fourth, so Ericsson leads by 3 seconds. It's the final 10 laps that count, and it's coming up. It'll be around about, 5 minutes? Maybe even less than that, 40 seconds per lap. So around about 5 minutes time, 10 to go, 5 minutes in this race. At the end, we will know who will be the Indy 500 champion in 2022. Marcus Ericsson leads, and on the last lap he was slower than O'Ward, but of course O'Ward's running with a tow. Ericsson's running in clear air. So really, Ericsson's fast, really fast. And now look, O'Ward's cleared the traffic of Dalton Kellett, but crucially so has Tony Kanaan. It's level playing field with 10 to go, and a 3-way fight to win. Ericsson, O'Ward, Kanaan. Rosenquist maybe, but definitely an outside shot.
He was an outside shot from the moment I picked him. Though O'Ward is also there, and at least he'd get second. At least both of my picks are ending up high up on the board.
Right, Fossil says, bravo, JJ, old guys rule, absolutely. Richie says, come on, Pato. Synthel says, lap 190, your stat wasn't too positive about leading lap 190. Yes, I know it wasn't as well. That driver to lead the lap 190 have failed to win 8 of the last 11 500s. So 8 of the last 11, the driver who led lap 190 failed to finish. But right now, it's fingers crossed, it's toes crossed, it's literally everything.
So
8
your
to
guy
go.
could not even possibly win.
Well, it could be. We don't know.
Oh, I hope so.
This could be fab. This could be anything. 8 to go. Lap 192. And the tension starts to build. The adrenaline starts to run. The pressure starts to fly off. We had a great Monaco Grand Prix. We've had a fantastic Indy 500. Let's end it with some style. As they come through turn 3, Rossi's past Harvey, so Rossi's getting into the mix. O'Ward's closing down, Megan. 2.9 seconds now to Ericsson. 7 laps to go here at the Brickyard for the 106th Indy 500.
Right, so I'll take you through the top 10, even though I don't really agree with the first one. Oh, Jack Harvey enters the pit lane, and that's going to change up the order for...
Yeah, may as well wait, because it's going to change it again.
So has
There you go, it's right now, go.
Right, so first Ericsson, second O'Ward, third Kanaan, fourth Rosenquist, 5th Rossi, 6th Daly, 7th Pagano, 8th Palou, 9th Castroneves, and Ferrucci is 10th.
Marcus Ericsson from Kuma in Sweden. Caution! And now it's Jimmy Johnson in the wall! And that could be it! As we go, red flag! They like to go green, white, checkered. That could be a red flag. Jimmy Johnson into the wall. He's out of the race. But with 6 to go, are they going to enter into caution? Or are they going to red flag? Oh, no.
Just red flag it.
If they red flag it, Marcus won't win. If they keep the caution out, Marcus wins. Oh.
What type of milk is he drinking?
I don't know, but oh, my God. I don't believe it. Caution out again. I think Jimmy Johnson looks okay. Jimmy looks okay.
That's 2 rookies out.
But he's hit the wall hard, Megan. Look, he's completely ripped off the front car, so he's going sideways. He's spun.
Ooh.
Are they red flagging? That's the problem. That's what we need to see. 5 laps to go. Are they red flagging? Do we go green, white, checkered? Or are we going to finish this race behind the safety car? Let's have a look. Out of turn 2, Megan, again. Turns the inside.
And
that's Jimmy's fault. He was too low. Jimmy was too low coming through the corner at turn 2.
So unfortunate. But at least he got to crash out and lead a lap.
He led a lap, yeah. But that was Jimmy's fault. He touched the green, so it spun him around. He was already way too low.
At least he doesn't have to kiss the ground.
They've started with 5 to go. Lap 195 of 200. Are they going to red flag it? Is it too late to do a green-white checker? If they red flag it this lap, it'll be a 3-lap shootout, but that's not fair. Do we end it behind the safety car? There's a precedent for red flagging this late. This is so confusing. Are they going to end it behind the caution? Is Marcus Ericsson the winner of the 500? Or do we red flag? Do we red flag and go again? For 3 laps. Jimmy Johnson crashed. Just saying I called it. You absolutely did, all right, Books. Literally 2 seconds before the caution, I put that message saying...
Red flag. Red flag.
No! Red flag! Red flag with 5 laps to go! It's going to be a shootout with 4 to go! And Kanan... Did he pit? Where's Tony? Where? Castrol Evers is 9th! Castrol Evers is going to be up to fuel and might just get it.
That's good.
We're under a red flag at the Brickyard. They don't have green, white, checkered IndyCar. They do. They do, Isaac. They do. We're doing it. This isn't our first rodeo with it. Red flag out. They want to end under green. And the race is stopped. So we're flashing yellow, but trust me, it's a red flag.
It says 4 laps to go now, so I must count
this to go.
Pit lane.
So it's a 3-lap shootout for the 500. Or are they just going to call it? Is Ericsson the winner? What's the deal? Josh, this is crazy with a red flag out.
This is insane.
I really can't believe. Red flag with 4 to go. Marcus Ericsson had that one in the bag. He absolutely did. He could have been the winner. Do we call it? Do we go again? I'd say we go again. Let's take a look. Last time we had a red flag. Ryan Hunter-Ray up the inside, battling with the number 3 at the time.
Were they all yellow?
Penske at the time, DHL. That's Ryan Hunter-Ray, the 98th Indy 500 champion, drinking the milk.
Oh, and apparently ruining his hat with the milk.
Yeah. And here's Husky Chocolate wanting a different type of milk to go with it tonight. Oh, red flag.
Can we actually check what type of milk?
Let's listen.
Yeah, 10-4, buddy. This is our day. Don't worry. We're fine here.
Oh.
And that's exactly it. That's what I'm saying. You got to talk about that sort of coaching from the team. And look at this, guys. This is how much rubber. This is all marks from the marbles, the little bits of rubber that come off the tires after almost 500 miles of driving. That red car looks half black. It's just every front-facing surface is covered in this debris.
And one of the things that can happen is this right here, the duct entry that cools the drivers, that can get jammed up with so much debris and rubber. You can see a big chunk there. And look at Kanan, it's even more pronounced on a white car.
Yeah, this is going to be insane. Josh, we're going to go for another restart here. This entire race turns into a sprint.
Yeah, just waiting for confirmation, but I do believe we are going again.
We're going to have a green flag. Yeah, it's going to be a green-white checker. So it'll be a 3-lap sprint to decide the Indy 500. And look at this. Everyone's saying, come on, let's go. That's down at Chinganassi. That's Mike O'Gara, the race strategist from Marcus Ericsson, is saying, come on, let's go. We want to get going. We want to go some running order as well. And Kobe says from the Grid Network, I hope all the cars stay on the ground because the restart is going to be insane. Yeah. Yellows breed yellows. Now, what could happen is that we get restarted, Ericsson leads, there's a crash behind, and it's a caution to the flag.
I think a car's stalled.
Ah.
I'm looking up who
That's
is
O'Ward.
drinking what milk.
Is O'Ward got his hand up? No, I think it's the callers to get in because I think they're going to red flag for a while here while they recover Johnson's car. So I think the call. Yeah, look, here comes on the mechanics now coming down as well. Megan.
Okay. Ericsson wants whole milk. O'Ward. Hold on.
Are you finding the
Okay,
milks?
why is her to just like chocolate?
Are you finding the milk strategies?
Yeah.
That was fast.
Here we go, our timing screens are all flashing red.
Yeah,
O'Ward also wants whole.
Okay, there's the confirmation. It's now officially red flag for the Indy 500. They're flashing all on the monitors now. You can see we have stopped, but race control have made it official now. Red flag with 4 to go at the Brickyard.
Kanan wants 2%.
Oh dear.
Why we drink 2%?
Yeah, red flag officially caught by race control at 15:32.57, which means it's no longer just a normal red flag. This is official red flag. So now we go into the procedure of waiting for a restart.
Look beneath Marco Andretti, no orange juice.
Let's go listen to Marcus Ericsson.
Build up and everything that goes on, and just the speedway, just the feeling of being on the speedway. And then race day with all the fans, it's just something else. Each year for me, it just becomes more and more important, and I understand how big it is, and that's why my desire to win it is just becoming stronger and stronger all the time.
And it's heartbreaking, Megan, to see that right now he's in that P1, and he would have won it if it wasn't for Jimmy Johnson. Right, we've got some radio.
He's with Dave.
Down to David.
We'll check on a couple of issues here. First of all, you were pretty hot about getting these cars moved down. Was it your thought that they wouldn't be able to get to your car to work on it yet?
Yeah, no, we were the first car to stop, so our electronics were boiling down there. So Montoya just shut his car off or something down here, and they wouldn't let our guys approach the car. Similar thing that happened to Will last year, but I wouldn't wish that on anyone. So I just want it to be fair, and we can, have a fair fight here for the last few laps.
We would like to see a great fair fight. I know you might have been better for you if we'd have just run under caution there. Doesn't always happen like that.
Trust me, I'd rather it stay green and win it by walking away. But we have the speed, and we'll do what we can here on the restart. I think we're going to be strong, and I keep telling Marcus it's his day, and we're going to prove it here in a few minutes.
We heard you say that. How cool a customer do you believe he is on restarts like this?
He's the man. He's going to focus 100% forward, and he's been training for this day for his whole life.
All right, let's head up pit lane to Marty Snyder.
Let's chat with Taylor Kyle here, the strategist for Pato O'Ward, who sits there in second place. So he hasn't been very happy with the race car of late. How do you get him refocused here on what needs to happen to win this race?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think he was shocked a little bit by the pace of Ericsson there on that last stint. So, it is what it is. I think we've got a good car. Look, we're in with a shot. You're talking to me at the end of the race. That was the goal, right? So I think we're in a good place.
So, considering how everything has been, how do you feel like your driver will perform on a restart like this that could decide immortality in racing?
Well, he knows what's at stake. He knows what's at stake. He keeps talking about this being the big cookie, and it is. This is a race everybody wants to win. So I've got no doubts with Pato O'Ward behind the wheel that he's going to give it 110%. And not to mention his teammates only a couple behind, so we're in a good spot.
How are your nerves right now?
I'm fine. My job's done.
My job is done. It's all up to the driver now, Kev.
Marty, Tony Kanaan's got a lot of help on his pit stand. Chris Simmons, the engineers, won a couple of Indy 500s, 5 championships, and Doug Ducart, your driver, has nothing to lose. What do you expect here at the end?
Well, that's what he just said. He said, we're in third place. I have 2 cars to pass, and we've got nothing to lose. So he's done a great job today. The team's done a great job. We put ourselves in position at the end. Hate that caution came out. I think Marcus is in a good spot, but we're going to go see what we can do here. It's a brand new challenge, and Tony's ready. So it's been a good day.
First and second can go back and forth. Does he have to at least get a spot on the restart?
I think the restart's going to be the key, and he's just got to be ready and ready to pounce when he can.
Thank you, Doug. And this is really the key factor of things now as well. We'll come to the social screen, so you can keep an eye on Twitter with nothing else happening on the track as well. In terms of fuel, Josh is in the pits, and lapped cars that should move to the back of the straight once we get going. 45, 51, 4, and 25. But, Josh, in terms of who's got how much fuel left, I think it's a worry with Pagner as well. Hang on, 2 seconds, while you find that pit road.
Crazy. Red flag, 4 laps to go. You were the fastest car of the lead pack. How do you play this restart?
It's going to be all or nothing again. I've done it before, so I have nothing to lose. Not going for the championship. A second place today wouldn't do me any good, so they better be ready.
Going after that second win, how tough is it out there on the restart in traffic?
It's tough, but I think I didn't want to be the leader on the restart. I'm exactly where I want to be.
All right, bud, we're going to be watching along with 325,000 of your closest friends.
Thanks, buddy.
TK is driving.
Yeah, Tony Kanaan, who is running at the moment in 3rd place. Can he take his first ever 500 win? And Josh, have you found any info there about what we need? About who's good on fuel and who's not good on fuel?
Yeah, just having a look. Felix Rosenquist last pitted 25 laps ago.
Oh, so he's out of it. Rosenquist. Is that Rosenquist?
Yeah.
No, he can't. I don't think he's got enough fuel left. He might do with 4 to go. So yeah, Rosenquist's fine. Go on.
And Ed Carpenter last pitted 28 laps ago.
He could be in trouble at the end. Go
on. So Ericsson 19 laps. O'Ward 20 laps. Kanaan 14 laps. Rosenquist 25 laps.
2 seconds, Josh. We're going to go down pit road.
So how much of Felix's job on this restart is protecting his teammate, or how much of it is about winning the 500 for your race team?
Man, we got to win this race, right? But we got to be smart about it, right? So they're free to race, but they got to be smart about it. They know their teammates, but we want to come out of here 1-2 on this deal, and it's also a hell of a lot of points on the table today as well.
Have you reminded Felix of that, just considering what all is on the line with a double point stay here in the Indy 500?
Yeah, especially for Felix's championship run, how it's been going right now. There's a lot in our pocket right now if we can hang on to this, but winning this place is everything, so we're going to go for it.
Hey, Diff, I can tell you a lot of nerves down here on pit road. You know, Taylor Kyle was cool about it, said, no, I'm fine, but I'm telling you, these strategists are a little nervous about this final restart.
Marty, guess what we're about to hear? The cars fire up.
Okay, we're going to go green shortly, so we are going to go back to racing here at the Brickyard. Josh, go on, tell us.
Yep, so in 5th, Rossi last pitted 23 laps, with Pazano 14 laps. Here we go, Corson now, so red flag has been taken in. So Pazano last pitted 14 laps, Daly 21 laps, Plo 12 laps, Castanevis 12 laps, and finally, top 10 for Ruzzi, 21 laps.
Red flag again, apparently. The race has been stopped, so that green's gone to red again. So there's a red flag out again. So not sure what happened there. I think there's a timing screen glitch. Now we are back to caution. So it went green, then it went red again, and now we're back to caution. So I think there's a glitch restarting the race, but 4 laps to go. We are back underway, and we're going to have a 3-lap sprint. Maybe a 2-lap sprint, Megan. How quick? It's a short pit lane here to get the tyres up. I reckon it could be 2 laps. 2 laps.
Maybe.
This is so... It's Baku. It's Baku last year.
It is Baku.
Oh, and that's no. It's the 33 car. And I can't believe it's Ed Carpenter, the local lad, who was running 11th and was looking so strong, has stalled and goes to the back of the field. Dixon's day's done, by the way. He's out of it. We're going to have a 2-lap sprint, guys. 2-lap sprint for the 500. And Ed Carpenter's going again, but last.
Better going than out.
Is the court? No. Pace car's not coming in this lap. 2-lap sprint. It's Baku 2021 F1 style IndyCar are about to go crazy. Look, 1 to go at the line. So here we go then. Yellow flag with 1 to go signal. It will be a 2-lap sprint to decide the 106th running of the Indy 500. Can Ericsson keep ahead of O'Ward? Will Kanaan prosper? What about Rosenquist and Rossi in there as well?
Marco Andretti apparently pits, Joe.
Yeah, Andretti didn't have the fuel, I don't think, so Andretti's going to drop to the back, which is a shame.
Andretti's going to be out. 2
laps. Can Ericsson do it? Megan?
Fine, he can do it. If my guy doesn't get there.
Josh, can Ericsson do it?
I'm going to say yes, but just to be on Megan's side, no. But yes.
Marcus Ericsson was denied the chance to win on the road here just half an hour before this. Red flag was out for about 20 minutes. Now we're going to go green with 2 to go. The Indy 500 will restart for a 2-lap sprint. Who is going to win? O'Ward is right behind Ericsson. Yellows breed yellows. Who is going to win today? It's been 195 miles. The last 5 miles decide this 500-mile race. We go green at the brickyard. Ericsson's trying to break the toe. O'Ward can't get going. He goes left, he goes right. Ericsson's weaving massively down to turn 1. Kanaan on the inside. And Ericsson leads turn 1. Kanaan under pressure as Rosenquist looks to the inside. Kanaan leads turn 1 as they enter turn 2. It looks to be good. No caution so far. Ericsson might do it. Now try and break the toe. He's weaving left. He's weaving right on the run down towards turn 3. O'Ward's in the slipstream though. Ericsson's trying desperately to break it. Into turn 3 we go. Into turn 4. 2.5 miles. 1 lap. 500 miles complete. Who's going to be the winner today? White flag in the air. Ericsson breaks once. Ericsson breaks twice. He breaks 3 times. And O'Ward goes to the outside line. Ericsson's in the 2. And Ericsson leads through turn 1. O'Ward can't get through. Marcus Ericsson leads. He's going to do it. O'Ward seems to have backed out. O'Ward lost the 2. Here comes Tony Kanaan. And a turn 2. Caution. We're going to crash.
Caution.
Marcus Ericsson wins. Marcus Ericsson wins. There's a crash on the back straight away. Into turn 3. Into turn 4. He's done it. He's done it. Into the wall.
Callum crashed.
Out of the last corner. Marcus Ericsson will lead us across the line. It's double yellow. It's double checkered. Marcus Ericsson wins the Indy 500. What a race. Chip Ganassi wins. He held off the pressure. Pato O'Ward second. Tony Kanaan is 3rd. 4th to Rosenquist. Rossi is 5th. It's a 3-time IndyCar Series win. But it's the Indy 500 for Chip Ganassi Racing. And Marcus Ericsson is the Indy 500 champion of the world.
You are an Indy 500 champion.
And for Chip Ganassi, the team owner there, Diff, probably a huge sigh of relief. I mean, he had so many shots to win.
And I caught that a week ago on the qualifying show. I said Marcus Ericsson would win the 500, and he's gone and done it. Marcus wins. Go on, Josh.
Just remember that you've got 2 touring car races and a Grand Prix review to do.
My voice is gone. I'll have some milk to cool it down. Maybe some hot chocolate.
I'll go get the milk.
Yes! Marcus wins! He did it!
I came 2nd and 4th.
He held off the pressure, and Chip Ganassi win after so long of waiting. They are 500 champions. And Marcus Ericsson, a driver who impressed me all the way out through this 500. He was cool, he was calm, he was consistent, he was great in all the practice, he was great on qualifying. I said he was my outside shot. Everybody said, that's a brave call. I knew what Marcus could do. I said he was my pick a winner, and he's gone and done it. Marcus Ericsson wins the 106th Indy 500, and I've got to stop because I've got no voice left.
Right, so I may not have won, and Joshua's won, and congratulations to him. Though my guys came 2nd and 4th, so that's good for McLaren. Very good.
Race is finished. You're telling me. We had to wait for it.
I'll get the milk.
You go grab the milk. Marcus Ericsson will run and get the milk, actually. Let's have the bagpipes.
Marcus Ericsson is going to get to drink the milk.
Yes.
All through practice week, we
and that means I get double pick a winner points. I said in the qualifying show last week, I was commentating with Matt Owens, Matt White, and Seth Evers as well, and they all said that's a brave call. Look at that. I can't believe it. I want to join that Skype call. Is that possible to join a Discord and a Skype call at the same time? Will it crash? I want to join USRN right now. You need to buy a lottery ticket with that pick. Way to go. Thank you for this. No pleasure, Right Fossil. No pleasure. I said it a week ago at the end of the broadcast of qualifying on day 2 that this would happen, and he's gone and done it. Megan's got the milk. It's semi-skimmed. And how much is it? It's a pint. Just to confirm, it's a pint of milk. Just like at the 500.
I've also got a pint of milk.
Nice. So I can't get you on the camera. Oh, I can actually. Give me a sec, Josh, and I'll get you on the camera. What a race, Megs. What a fantastic race. We'll hear in a second. Let's go down pit road.
Thinking, how am I making 16 turns on one lap of Indianapolis as he had to go left and right to just try to draft Ericsson?
That move that O'Ward put on him in turn 1, I thought O'Ward had it.
I thought
this man hung tough.
But by O'Ward, maybe having a little bit of patience, he's 2nd in the championship rather than in the wall on the last lap of the Indy 500.
Chip Ganassi likes winners.
I can't wait. What a race. Right, we're going to get, let's Josh Plays down there as well. Let's listen.
Running of the Indianapolis
let's listen.
500. Marcus Ericsson going to take the elevator lift all the way up here. Very under the radar. A lot of folks said Chip Ganassi Racing, but they weren't saying Marcus Ericsson as a potential winner, but he showed speed he had at the end of that race. Once he gets up here, he'll get the symbols of victory here at Indianapolis, the winner's wreath from Borg Warner, made of 33 ivy orchids and 33 miniature flags as well. Of course, the milk, Marcus chose whole.
Whole milk.
A joke that he won the wholest milk possible, and the winner's ring from Justin's as well. The princesses are here too. And it's amazing how your career can change in one race. Marcus Ericsson, when he climbs out of this car, will be an Indianapolis 500 winner.
Let's just enjoy the moment.
By the way, the race in Sweden being broadcast in prime time right now. I'm sure this is going to be quite a hit there, becoming the 2nd Swede to win this race. Mike O'Gara up here kind of breathing a sigh of relief after the crazy end to this one. You can also see Marcus in the car kind of taking a moment to soak all this in as he takes off his helmet.
And I'm not surprised he's taking a moment. I think I would take a moment as well as we come through. I'm shaking.
And Marcus Ericsson will climb.
What a 500.
So I don't think I'm going to be able to drink all of it in Downington, so Joshua will probably win that.
Do we have to?
Marcus, go ahead and climb out. You're good. Go ahead and get out and enjoy this moment with your race team.
Well, I'm going to see how much I can drink.
All right.
Here he is, everyone. Marcus
Before
Ericsson.
I run out of breath.
Yes, Marcus! You've done it!
He's an ex-F1 driver, so I'm supporting him in that way.
Marcus Ericsson is the 2022 Indy 500 champion.
My ears always hurt.
What a race.
And here comes the milk.
Here's the milk. He drinks it.
Woohoo!
He sips every bit. And he pulls it over himself as well. Marcus Ericsson, an Indy 500 champion. And he drinks that milk with a lot of cheers. What a race. What a race. His girlfriend goes in there. The princess has come in. Give him the kiss and the cheek with the lipstick as well. The princess has come in.
Why not a little cheers with the milk as well? And the winner's ring he'll get also from Jostens. They'll bring that in. And we'll get a word with him.
Let's
Chip
listen
Ganassi
to the
just said,
champion.
I cannot believe that just happened. After the day he went through, Alex Palou with the issue on pit road. Scott Dixon with a penalty as well. And there's the winner's ring.
Here we go. There's the winner's ring. 500 wins.
What a moment for the Swede. Let's get in here and get a word with him. Well, take one more picture. Why not? With Firestone hat.
When are we going to down it?
In a minute.
How about that? How did you refocus after the red flag in that moment? Because you were not happy that it came out.
I couldn't believe it. I felt, you know, you can never take anything for granted, and obviously there was still laps to go. And I was praying so hard it was not going to be another yellow. But I knew it was probably going to be one, and it was hard to sort of refocus. But I knew the car was amazing. The 8th crew and Chip Ganassi Racing, Honda has done such an amazing job. So I knew the Husky Chocolate car was fast enough, but it was still hard, you know. I had to do everything there in the end to keep them behind.
I'm going to film it.
But I can't believe it. I'm so happy.
Mike O'Gara told you on the radio, take a moment, soak it in, think about your family and everyone that got you here. Who did you think about when he said that?
Okay, but send it
that's
to
the
me.
thing.
Why are we filming it?
My
We're
family's
YouTube.
here, my mom and dad and my brother.
Yeah,
and
but
my
I want to
girlfriend,
send it to my friends.
and Finn,
to show
who's
them
been
how I
backing me
can
all my
down.
career. And my manager, Aya, and Alex. They're all
Like,
here
send it
here
to me
today,
straight
you know?
after.
Yeah.
And I won, so I can't believe it.
You came here from F1. You didn't like ovals when you first got here. You like them now?
Yeah.
I love it.
Marcus Ericsson, winner of the Indianapolis 500 and all the emotion that comes along with it, Diff.
As we were saying before.
Fantastic. Right, the moment has come.
Okay,
We've had that. We've now pressed record. The moment has come. We're going to take our headsets off.
Press record.
What we're going to do is, if we turn that down, we're going to move over to the... Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, we're going to move over.
My headset over here.
Yeah, we're going to move over. Now, like last year, what's going on right now is the boom mic is in operation, so hopefully you can still hear us. Josh, give us a thumbs up if you can still hear us ASAP correctly. Thumbs up. Okay.
You're currently directly next to
Right, I'm going to take my glasses off as well because the 500 has been won. It feels good to have the heads off. Right, we can't hear, but we're going to take the top off. And here comes the commentator challenge then. So this is real...
You'll probably win.
Yeah, look, it's real milk. We have to unseal it and everything. Right.
You'll probably win because I've been ill,
Right,
so I'm not as good as
this is a pint of milk. And we'll even go... Hang on. We don't want to see it. So we'll go full screen for this. Here we go. So this is a pint of milk. Our tradition, the commentator challenge. Just like Marcus Ericsson. Can we get this down? And the first one gets the family. So cheers. Well done. Good broadcast. Ready? Hang on. 3, 2, 1, go. It's going over me. It really hurts after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I'm in there. Where are you at? Oh, we're about level. All right, good go. Why are we still level? Go. I'm done.
See, I'm nearly done.
I am. Yeah, I'm done. Look, done. So I win.
Because I'm still not well.
We're going to regret that in about an hour.
I'm going to regret that in 10 minutes.
So I win. It's all coming up now as well. That's hilarious. So there we go. So Megan, you say you nearly finished. Come on. There you go. Well done. Oh, it's all over the box floor. Cheers. Well done. Pint of milk done. Well done. Cheers. Well done.
Turn this off.
Oh my word. Oh, I actually feel a bit
It's already
sick.
reached my stomach.
Oh no, that was a really bad idea. Why did we have that
Why
idea?
is it cold?
Oh. What we've just drank a pint of milk at the end of a commentary. And we've been standing up and
You
talking.
have drank it on an empty stomach.
I have drank it on an empty stomach. Yeah, I'm gonna. That was a bad idea.
I'm already feeling the thing.
That was a bad idea. Let's go back to Josh. in there. And
Can you send it to me now?
I will. As let's go back. Let's put the headsets on. We've got the headsets as well, and put these back on. Hang on a minute. Really undignified putting burping on here. It comes back on you quite quickly, doesn't it? You've got an upset stomach. I feel really bad for you as well. Right, give us a second. Josh, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was excluded from the. But Megan.
Go on, Meg.
I still finished before you.
And he did it, and we were watching. Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to
haven't been well.
Yeah, I'm going to regret. I've had an empty stomach, and that's really.
I want to throw up now.
I am not feeling well.
Also, it was ice cold.
We just downed a pint of milk, which is 568 millilitres. So we've just downed a pint of milk at the end of 5 minutes. That's gone straight to the stomach. Okay.
You can feel it.
We've still got 2 more races to do.
How are our stomachs going to hold that much?
I have no idea. Right, we've got 3 minutes left of the broadcast as well. Let's go through.
That wasn't a good idea. We should have poured it over our heads.
That would have been worse. I'm not letting the box stink for 2 weeks. I'm worried about what's on the floor. Right, the YouTube chat quickly as well. Upright Fossil says, gonna go, thanks, see you in 2 weeks for F1. Yeah, absolutely, and the Indy 500. So much fun here, I had to stick around. Cheers, you guys. Well, cheers, pleasure having you here as well. That milk is repeating on me already. There we go. Trying to get it through. Josh, what a 500. What did you make of it as well here today?
Yeah. It was a brilliant race.
Sorry. Welcome to the commentary box where all 3 combinations of milk and now is not feeling 100%. Right. Me and Josh have got another race to commentate on as well, so you're right, Rex.
Being ill and then having this and having an upset stomach at the same time is not good. Can we next time just leave the milk out for a little bit? Because I feel like that'll make it a little bit easier, because I can always down milk easier.
I had mine out since lap 10.
Yeah, we should have done that.
And then we had the red flag. So
it was out for a little bit, yeah.
But it was still...
Ice cold?
Ice cold.
That's great. Okay then, Josh, what's your moment of the 500? It's been a great one, actually, again.
It has been a great one. I don't know why I'm looking over there, because I've moved my camera over here.
Yes.
But it's got to be... Moment of the race... got to be the 4 wide into turn 1 restart.
Yes.
Moment of the whole Indy 500 got to be the Colton Herta crash on carb day.
Yeah, I'd agree there. Megan, are you with us?
Yeah.
Come on, I'll help you up. Drinking milk's not great. What? Come on, just quickly. What's your moment of the 500?
I can't stand up.
What's your moment of the 500?
With Jimmy Johnson crash.
That's a good one. Well then, thank you to Josh Plays. Well, stick around, Josh, because we've got touring cars coming up shortly. This Discord call's been going on for hours now. Thanks, Josh, for the 500. Right, Megan, just duck down, then you can be out of it while we sign off. My thanks to each and every one of you. Over 11,000 people have watched our coverage of the Indy 500 this week across practice, the 2 qualifyings, and the race itself. My heart goes out. Thank you very much for joining us. And we reward you with downing a pint of milk. But I said it a week ago. The guy who could win, Marcus Ericsson, did it. The 2022 NTT Data Indy 500 champion is Marcus Ericsson. Thank you for your company. We'll see you next year for the 107th running from the Brickyard. Good night.